Easy, lay down.
Check.
I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast,
Big fan. Big fan.
a show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect? Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Yeah, right.
Hey, welcome. Good Golly. Welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday with Mike and Jay. Big E is here. Poos is in the house. Beth is actually here tonight.
Hey, Beth. Hey, Beth.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How you doing, pal?
Very well. You?
I'm doing good.
Just want to hit my gavel once.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn it, that's loud. That is so loud and annoying.
That one's loud even with the headphones on.
It freaks the poos out.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Well, I'm just saying it does. It
We
freaks the
want
poos
to
out.
get her stressful day even more stressful.
No, that's a good
Right.
point. The best thing we could have is for the poos to go night-night right now. So I'll lay off the gavel.
Please. The crown has spoken.
Okay.
We don't need the crown to speak yet again and wake the poos. Dare I say a big show today on a Tuesday. Got a lot to get to.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, happy
Oh,
St. Patrick's
woo!
Day. E, you're not theme dressed.
Should I be drinking?
You got your pink hat on, but I don't see any
Go get a
green
beer.
attire.
I don't have any. You know what? When I went out on
You wore a green shirt the other day. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
You're right. That's the funny
A
thing.
St. Patty's Day themed shirt.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't have any.
Well, two things. One, it's not St. Patrick's Day right now. And two,
What do you mean? It sure is.
Oh,
It's the Tuesday episode.
well.
What the hell are you talking about?
Never mind. And two, the funny thing is, I will say, because I went down to Detroit on Sunday for the parade and all that shenanigans
Sure.
and stuff. And
The 5K. You didn't run
I
the
didn't
race.
run, but I will do it next year. I am going to do it next year.
You're
now.
going to win it next year because you're a
I don't know-
winner.
I don't know
E.
about
No,
winning
he's
it, but
not.
I'm going to get a
No, he's
sub
not.
20. But
You
no,
better.
but it's just like when I was driving down there, the only shirt I have that's green is a shirt I wore yesterday, which is what I wore there Sunday, and that was a promotional shirt I got from when I was an intern about the CCHA weekend championship weekend or
Oh,
something.
the hockey thing?
Yeah. And because the thing is, when you think about it, if you're not a state fan, which I'm not, so I don't wear Michigan State stuff, there's not really
Yeah, there's
how
not a
often
lot
do
of
you wear green?
Well, I like green, though, except on St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
It's
Well, I don't
just
like
cliche.
Kelly, I don't like Kelly green.
Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, that kind of brighter green.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the Spartan darker green.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, we got a lot to get to today.
oh, wait, what?
We got under boob pictures coming under controversy.
God, I love under boob.
So do I.
So
Huge
hot.
Something about
fan.
it.
So
Side
hot.
boob, under boob.
Yeah.
You know why, Jay? Because it's
way
not
underrated.
overt. Because it's not overt. You know what I mean? I think to me, if you just boom titties, it's like, okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
better than cleavage. Don't you agree? There's something about.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
I
I'd rather
love
see under boob or
Beth,
side
show
boob.
us some real quick. Give us an example.
Yeah.
If you can
This is where
We got a surgeon swinger
Was that
to
a
get
no?
to. A toik sentencing. We'll get to that.
Why?
We've got
Must
a
be some misunderstanding.
right.
yeah. I don't know what it's about. Maybe they're sentencing
Something
someone
against
else,
them
but
to,
they just referenced her in the
yeah.
story. I don't know. It's weird. We've got an incident on a plane. Not a fight this time though. And pregnant beatdown. Pregnancy empathy. Yuck.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Fake antiquities. I like that, Jay. Fake antiquities.
Jay, I'm a
Antiquities.
little concerned. I see
Yeah.
that underboob is way down at the end. I'm gonna be kind of upset if I don't look at if we don't talk
If we
about
don't get to
underboob.
underboob. God damn it, we'll get to underboob.
We'll get to underboob.
Okay.
Nobody let me finish without getting to
We'll
the
skip
underboob.
other shit and get to underboob. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
if we're running late on time, we'll get to underboob. Don't worry. We should probably start with local story out of Monroe, Michigan, and a former substitute teacher, which is really scary to me when you think about child porn, and then you think of them involved in a classroom in some sense. Not
Access
good.
to kids. Nice.
Have you seen this guy, by the way?
No.
He doesn't look like someone you'd want around your kids. I'll be honest with you. When they showed
Looks
his
every
picture,
bit
I
the
went,
part, does he?
wow, that's like central casting. You know, overweight, stringy, weird hair, mustache. And you're just like, yeah, okay.
Been doing a lot of sitting in a dark room, has he?
Yeah. For years. He's facing federal charges, allegedly built this humongous library of child porn,
A Humgorus library?
a humongous one, over 4 decades.
Ugh.
What?
That's
Yeah.
like a terabyte, right? Didn't he fill a terabyte of
Filled a terabyte, which they say will
That's-
hold 300,000 images.
It's my entire hard drive.
Not good. He admitted to federal agents that he is sexually attracted to children and that he once drugged his 12-year-old cousin and molested her while she was unconscious.
Kind of like Holy. Is that what he
No,
did?
do
Son of a
not
bitch.
Son of a
say
bitch.
that.
You sick son of
Do
a bitch.
not
Where
put
is
me
she?
in with that, you asshole.
12-year-old cousin? Ring a
was-
bell?
No,
Oh, she was more like 19. She was fully developed.
I don't know how old she was at the time.
Probably losing interest in her as she became developed.
Yeah, she budded.
Put me
She
in
started
with this,
budding.
please, dude. You
Like
said
her
it.
relative
What if someone just heard this
flat-chestedness?
one part? They're gonna think I'm a fucking child molester.
Yeah,
Dude, you're a monster. Just
yeah.
admit it.
Well, I
still
am,
like
but I
you.
don't have sex with. I don't find little kids attractive though.
Thank God.
If people just listen to snippets of this show, they think you are a gay child molesting.
They think I was gay because of
sheep
you
raper.
guys. Because of you guys.
Stinky dude.
Yeah, stinky child molester and sheep raper. Not puncher though. We'll give you that. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
think you'd punch a sheep.
No,
which
nobody's
is,
going to accuse you of that.
which is a check marks in the positive box that you don't punch animals,
Right. I'm
not-
against
not a bad thing.
I'm against animal cruelty.
but not bestiality. I caught that.
Well, they might like sex.
David Huntley is his name. He's 52. He made an appearance in district court on child porn charges 4 days after they executed a search warrant at his home while he was working his job at Burger King. Yeah, he was at Burger
Jesus.
King. They do the search warrant, and then he leaves work. They find hundreds of files and,
What a
and
life.
photos. Yeah.
He's sitting there working his shift at Burger King and then just go. He probably just the whole time can't wait to get home and look
Oh,
at his
yeah.
porn.
Yeah. Go over his porn stash. And
I bet our buddy Aaron, who we spoke to a few weeks,
Yeah.
2
Oh,
months ago now.
yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, one of the heads of that division, I guess, in the region. I bet he knows all about this case for sure.
Oh, I can promise you he does. He just got a promotion, by the way. He's like the number 2 in the overseeing the whole thing now.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk to him
Congrats,
again.
Aaron.
He wanted to he's got some horror stories that he was like, yeah, I could tell you guys. I mean, he's like,
Well, some funny
And
ones too.
yeah,
That-
yeah. Like walking, I think he was telling me off the air one story of like walking into a place and there was the dude's blow up sex toy. Like they ran in, thought it was a guy. They're like
Oh.
weapons drawn, and it's like this
Big
blow up
wide
doll
mouth.
with-
Oh,
that was used, by the
Oh.
way. Yeah.
Oh,
So
boy.
cleanliness. It was kind of like if E had used it.
I
just
would
kind of
never
where it lands.
use a blow up doll, just to be clear.
Really?
you wouldn't? Why wouldn't
No.
you?
Yeah.
Why not? You wouldn't try it?
No, I had one for a while. and
What
I
about a
never used
real
it.
doll? Have you
Well,
seen those?
I had it because of video filming purposes. We used it for some of the films we did, but
What
Why
about,
wouldn't you try that?
because it just seems so stupid and dirty to me.
What about a real doll? Those ones that are like
No.
5-10 grand.
Oh
No.
yeah,
That
I've
are
seen
real
those.
life like.
No.
E, that might be the perfect answer for
No,
you.
I would
Someone
not.
that'll never argue with you, will never tell you what to do.
Yeah, you don't have to be friends
No.
with her. You just bang her.
It's just, I mean, it's a receptacle.
No.
That's all it is a receptacle.
I'm not,
which is
you know
what
why
we're
I'm
looking
not
for
going to do
now.
it. You know why I'm not going to do it? Because I'm not going to clean it out. So I'm not going to sit here. So I'm going to have to just like buy one $10,000 one use and then chuck her out.
What if you make a ton of money though, and it's just compounding interest, and
And
you're
I'd be
making
buying
shit tons,
prostitutes at that point.
You could have somebody clean your
escorts.
doll,
I'm
man.
not buying it.
or you could buy a new doll every week.
I'd
Use it
rather,
for the
well,
week.
if I have the money, I'll buy a new escort every week instead of the different
ugly
doll
ones.
every week. No, I told you if I had big money, then I'd have enough.
If you bought a doll, would you buy an ugly one?
No, if I bought a doll, she'd be hot.
Why?
It's so ridiculous.
You're not good enough for a hot one.
Yeah.
For dolls though. The one I had was so ridiculous. I don't remember what the name was, but like I remember shopping for them and they'd be like, "Oh, this is the Paris Hilton doll," and it was so ridiculous because it was just like the plastic face, would just have like a picture of Paris, and the rest of the doll is just a fucking blow up doll. Like it's nothing different. It doesn't look like her body, as far as I know.
What about virtual reality? I could see you doing that, wearing the goggles
I'm
and
not
going to
into
town on
any of
yourself.
that stuff.
But you've never
Why
tried
not?
it. It seems like the perfect solution for a guy who doesn't like to be touched, who doesn't
Yeah,
like.
you're right, man. Virtual reality would be perfect for this
I
kid.
mean, I still want the feeling of a real human being. Like I don't want.
Well, you've poo-pooed the real doll, which actually would feel like a real
no,
human.
it wouldn't. There's
Supposedly,
no way.
you're paying 10 grand for it. It better. It's worth the try. I just don't think you
I'm
can
not
discard it so quickly.
I'm not gonna buy dolls.
So this guy leaves his job at Burger King and they pull him over and they're like, "Yeah, it's crazy. We got a search warrant going on at your house." And he's like, "Okay, I'll come into the station and talk to you." So he came in and went to the Michigan State Police Post in Monroe, and they say he's been viewing child porn since 1990. As you mentioned, a terabyte, which 300,000 average size images. He admitted he's an opportunist and that he would like to have sexual contact with older girls. By older girls, he means 14 to 16.
Oh my God.
But he's not been given the opportunity. Poor guy. Just
Oh.
hasn't been given the opportunity.
Well,
So
then there.
younger children are more approachable, his quotes. They also said he admitted to drugging and sexually assaulting his 12-year-old cousin and also a 10-year-old girl in a hot tub. How does that dude get into a hot tub with a 10-year-old girl?
Ugh. 300,000 images. Think
Yeah.
about that for a second. Let that soak in. All of Michigan Stadium gets 3 images.
Wow. Yeah.
Fuck.
I
That's a
imagine,
lot of porn.
that's like 300,000 images, but he's probably got a shit ton of videos, which would eat up a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, but even if it's 60,000 videos and images, I mean, either
Right.
way, even if it's two, it's too many. So, they've got him with charged with possession, distribution, receipt of child porn. He was a substitute teacher until 2003. They say there's no reports of offenses. A detention hearing to determine whether he can be released on bond is coming. Why would they?
Jeez.
It's
Why
so,
would you
I mean,
let
he
this guy
admits to
out?
being a
Right.
predator. Why would you ever even consider that? Would they consider that? Or you think they just go, nah,
I don't know.
you stay here. You're going to spend a long time here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man. Talking about your situation and, how you let it fly, all those kind of things made me think of you when I was reading this story. This mom is cleaning her son's room, and they're a bunch of big E's in this story. They're all like 16-year-old boys living in their parents' house. And she's like, "Oh, the kids are away. Maybe I'll clean his room out
That's
today."
the dumbest thing you could do is to clean your 16-year-old boy's room.
Yeah. It made
Or
me think,
31-year-old boy's room.
31-year-old boy.
Does
Boy's
anyone-
basement.
is anyone allowed in your room, or do you have danger keep out signs on your door?
Is the whole
Fuck
base?
no.
Is the
I
whole
get
basement
pissed.
just your room?
No, it's not officially.
Do you have a bedroom off the
No,
basement?
I have a bedroom in the upstairs.
Oh,
So the basement is not officially my room. It just happens to be
that's
that.
your lair.
Well,
Dungeon.
it happens to be because my dad did such a good job making it like a full live-in basement. There was a bathroom down there. There's a fridge,
Yeah.
couch, TV. And with nobody else living at the house other than my dad, honestly, I think my dad goes down there, but it tends to be in the times I'm not there.
Is it a walkout?
No.
I was gonna say, why don't you just walk Nana down the lawn?
They've
walk
got
her
the
in there.
elevator that goes down there,
No,
so it's easy to.
But my room's upstairs. And if to answer your question, yes, dude, I get livid. Like when they
Don't
go
come in
into
my
my room.
Ma, that's my room.
Actually, my room is an absolute tornado right now. You can barely see the floor.
Can you
It's all
take
just
pictures
dirty.
of it
Yeah.
when you go home?
There's just clothes from like weeks that I haven't had washed
You
yet.
just-
Just on the floor.
We've all seen his car. If you
Like,
think of his
yeah.
car, it's got to
Yeah.
be a microcosm of the room.
I-
His car's
well-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sweeperoo. But no, but yeah, my mom once in a while what will happen is I really get mad if they go in there, but like the door, if it's open a crack, she'll come in and she'll be like, I saw this in your room. I'm like, why were you in my room? And I was like, it was open. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean you go in there. And
But she always does.
yeah, yeah.
What kinds of stuff does she find though? Like
There's really nothing
I
in there.
found
It's
this in your
just that
room.
it's dirty.
But she
like
would.
old dishes or some shit.
No, I don't have dishes because I don't eat up there. I do.
Oh, you're not allowed to eat up
You
there?
know what I do, dude, though?
Whack off up there.
No, I'm not. Technically, my dad gets mad at me for eating in the basement too. I'm not supposed to eat in the basement, but I eat in the basement all the time. And so there'll be times once in a while, like
Wait, why are you not allowed to eat in the basement? What did you do?
because I spill or what crumbs. I don't know.
31.
I know.
But no, there'll be times when I'll be eating lunch, say, and I'll realize that my dad's coming home from work. So I'm at a point where I can't take the dish upstairs because he'll see me walk up. So what I'll do is I'll put the dish in a drawer.
Hey, Dad.
And then sometimes I
And
actually
then you forget.
and then
you
I
put the
forget
dish-
about it. In fact, today when I was taking a shower, I actually took a shower and I went to
Oh.
look in the drawer. And I realized there was 2 plates there for food. But then the problem is my dad's home right now. So what I keep doing is a reminder, like, okay, when you get home, my dad's asleep. So get those dishes and bring them upstairs.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
I forget.
I want to
and
get
then
grounded.
Thank God, man. It's just bizarre.
or like I'll put them in the refrigerator. And sometimes there'll be a dish. And like there's a dish of half-eaten ravioli in the fridge downstairs fridge right now that I
Yeah.
keep forgetting that it's there.
It was funny. Like, as much as I want to rag on him, but now, granted, I was out of my parents' house at this point. But when Mark and I lived together at that house in Royal Oak, we would not do dishes for ungodly amounts of time, to the point that we'd have ant trails. And it got so bad, we would, instead of doing dishes, we would just throw them away. And so we would like cook bacon, and we'd soak up the bacon grease with old Riff shirts, because we had so many fucking Riff shirts. We'd just soak it up with Riff shirts and throw them away.
Jesus. Fuck.
And then we'd take our plates and we'd chuck them in the garbage, because they were like, this is just too gross. So we'd throw them in the garbage. Because I think at one point, I don't remember if it was Clark or whatever, but gave us a set of like 60 fucking dinner plates,
Oh, shit, dude.
60 saucers. And so it was just like, I think into the garbage it goes. It got so bad, and the ant infestation was so bad, we had a vacuum that sat next to our couch, and we just sit there and watch TV and you just hear and just be vacuuming up ants in a trail. Be like, there's a trail going to the kitchen.
Fucking pigs.
Awesome.
It was
Awesome.
so bad.
Love it.
So bad. So yeah, as much as I rag, but that wasn't in my parents' house.
But,
I
yeah.
would never do that. But this mom, she cleans her kid's bedroom, and she's horrified at how gruesome it was. And she posted about it and said, today, my second son, 13, by the way, was away for the day. I was waiting to visit my mom at the hospital. I needed something to keep me occupied, so I decided to clean his room.
Nothing better to do in the household than clean her. I'm sure I bet her husband could think of a few things she could probably have done rather than clean.
Yeah, maybe, but that's what she chose to do.
Okay. Well,
Clean the 13-year-old's room. She finds, apart from the dirty laundry, I found 2 empty juice bottles, 1 empty smoothie carton, an empty milkshake carton, 6 empty bags of chips, 3 apple cores, a pile of orange peels, a pile of candy wrappers, popcorn, 2 plastic bowls, 2 plastic cups, and a Pringle tube filled to the top with piss.
you know what, dude?
You would think they'd give out, right? It's
yes.
ultimately paper. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like a thicker paper
With
cardboard.
kind of like some foil around the
Yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah.
You know what, dude?
Don't
Those are
even.
good for pissing in.
Not at home, not at my parents, but when I was living in Holland, my roommate lady was a real annoying person, and
Your
for most
roommate lady.
well, she owned the house and I just rented a room.
Okay.
And most of the time, for half of the time I lived there, she did not live there. But then her boyfriend and her broke up, and she moved into the house, back into the house, and I'm living with her. And she was kind of a annoying bitch or whatever. And she was in school too to be a nurse. She's a 40-year-old nurse, and maybe 50. I don't know how old. She was at least 40. Anyway, but she would be
There's no such thing as a 40-year-old nurse.
no, but studying to become one at 40, 50. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Anyway, the point is she'd be in the kitchen all the time, and I hated talking to her because every time I went down there, I had to hear her bitch about her classes or shit.
Oh yeah.
So
Which you don't care about.
which I didn't give a shit about. And so honestly, I had a few 2 liters that once in a while I would just piss into to avoid walking downstairs. And then the problem is, again, same thing. She's almost always at the house, so I don't know when I can really go drain these out.
What were the 2 liters like?
It was
a
lot. You know what happened?
Mountain Dew or something, so you could disguise it.
What happened is that when I first moved there, I don't like tap water, so I would buy big jugs of water, just bottles of water. Then my sister actually eventually bought me like a Brita filter, and I used that. But I still had them laying around for some reason. I don't know why I had one still. So one day I was like, I don't feel like walking down there, so I just pissed in the bottle, and then I couldn't get rid of it then, and then pretty soon the bottle's full, and then I don't know what to do.
A whole collection of urine.
Don't know what to do.
I think you described it before. You're living in a bungalow,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had to go down for the bathroom
Right.
or anything.
Yeah, I had to walk down these stairs, and she was always there and always wanted to talk.
Oh, that
and
sucks.
it was kind of bullshit. I always felt like, because like I really certainly moved in under the premise that this was like, I had another roommate at one point when she was not there. I had another roommate for a little bit, and he was okay. And then he moved out. And then I had the house to myself for a month. And then I had another roommate, and he was awesome. Me and him got along like amazing. We were both Michigan fans, and we'd watch sports together. But when she moved in, she was a nightmare. She would spend 3 hours in the bathroom every morning.
Ugh.
If I did not, now granted, I guess I could have knocked on the door, but if I did if I did not get to the bathroom by 7:30 in the morning,
no way.
it was done before I went to work at 11. Like done.
So I can think of a few times where you could have got rid of those 2 liters.
Oh
Yeah.
During the
There's
3-hour periods
window.
every morning.
I know, but it would happen is I'd be lazy or
Yeah, the story changes.
Anyway.
Um,
So I didn't mean to throw that in there, but
she says it was heavy, full of liquid, going back to the Pringles can.
Mm.
I opened it and sniffed it.
why would you?
Would
sniff
you just
it?
assume it was
Yeah.
piss at that point?
Right? Why
Well,
would you?
I wouldn't even think you'd need to sniff it. I would think you'd open it and it just
Yeah.
about floor you. It'd be like a smelling salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
And then so she makes a post about this, and other mothers are like, "Oh my God, I've been there," and they start posting their stories. One lady says, I filled 4 curbside recycling crates with paper, 2 with bottles and cans, 3/4 of a landfill bin, and did a billion loads of laundry, which mostly consisted of odd socks. I don't know what that means, if he was using those as a...
Why? See, that's the thing. You're just wasting socks, man.
She says, I was a little surprised not to find a dead rat. And then this one lady says, yeah, I cleaned out my son's bed today. Under his pillow, I found 4 books, a medal from sports day, a weird piece of felt he'd been doing something with at school for art, a Lego man, and lip balm. She's like, I just cleaned it 10 days ago. And so this in 10 days, this is under his pillow.
Shit.
Wow.
Squirreling it away.
My son is 16. He's a slob when it comes to his room. Dirty pants and clothes continue to lay on the floor. A pile of clean and iron clothes are piling up as I just add to it.
That's going on in my room right now. I've got a what do you call those? A
Laundry basket.
yeah, like a hamper. I've got it on my bed of clean clothes, and then the floor is just empty.
Sucks. Your mom does all your laundry, right?
I didn't even know. Yeah.
God, dude.
I don't know.
My one son is like that. Russ is like that, where we're just like, you're doing your own stuff, man. Because this is what he does. He just takes shit off, and he just he'll put it on. Oh, I don't feel like wearing this. Throws it in the dirty clothes.
Yeah,
he took it off the hanger, and so we're just finding that like everything is basically clean. We're like, no, then you're dealing with it. We're not doing that shit.
Oh, Russ.
But my other son, the
Manny?
13-year-old, he's just got a lot of shit in his room. Not necessarily garbage, but just tchotchke shit.
Yeah.
That, just random pencils or pencil toppers or pamphlets or just shit that
whatever he collects through the day.
kind of like in a prominent place on his desk or shelf. You're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
This is so random. Just a random collection, kind of like what we have.
Yeah. I was going to say we
play shit, and it's like it gets set
guilty
there,
too.
and then a year later, you're like, why is it still sitting there?
Yeah.
It's where I
some
put it
people
down.
that drives them nuts, like you. it drives people like you nuts. It drives my dad nuts. Like to
My dad
me,
too, by the way, same thing. My dad would, yeah. Same
it's like,
thing.
yeah, I'll get to that pile of
It clears
stuff.
your mind if you can have shit cleared
Oh,
out.
I
It's-
love when it's cleared out, but it's the
Ugh.
point of getting it cleared out that sucks.
Well, you know what my
it
dad
just sucks.
what my dad will say about my room, and I get it that I'm living at home, so I'm not saying that he doesn't have a right to be mad about my room, but he'll go on about how like that's this disrespectful thing to my room. And I'm like, nobody ever. We don't even have family friends that really come over. No one comes over, and nobody goes in that room.
Did you ever figure out it's not your house, dude? It's
I
your
get it.
parents'
I know.
house.
I
They're
get
letting
that.
you live
I
there.
get-
That's what's disrespectful
I
about it.
understand that, but nobody goes in there, and it's not affecting the room in any capacity.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
I don't think you do.
I
You
do.
think this is my room. I can do what I want
That's
in
not
my
what
room.
that's not what I think. That's not what I think.
It's totally what
No,
you
it
think.
isn't what I think. What I think is that it's not affecting the room in any. It's not hurting the house. It's not. There's no food up there. There's no crumbs. There's no.
There's
you
just
know,
plates.
It's not even. No, there's nothing. There's nothing in my room other than clothes on the floor. That's all it is.
It's
Clothes
just
on the floor.
disrespectful. Your mom does your laundry. She brings it up there. You don't even put it away.
Yeah, you-
So does she pick the shit up off your floor and wash
No,
it?
she does not. I do that.
I don't believe that.
I don't either.
No, once a while I'd get a handful.
Do
of
an old sweeperoo out of your room. It's bullshit. Hey, you know my sister, man.
Yeah,
she had always very unkempt room.
really?
But
That
yeah,
surprises me.
Yeah, a lot of papers and shit, kind of hoarder like for a
Really?
while there. Yeah, and dude, it started to smell.
Mm.
And this was probably, I don't know, she was probably like 12 at the time. Started to smell really bad.
Uh-oh.
Like,
Dude,
don't tell me she was filling up bottles with
No.
urine.
dead frog under her bed.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
We caught a frog one day. My brother and I thought she put it back. I guess she didn't. She tried to keep it in a box in her room. Then got out. She forgot about it. Died under her bed.
Oh,
Just decayed under her bed.
Oh
my
my
sister. What kind of animal?
that's hilarious. How does she?
Unreal, dude.
Oh,
Just like, what is that? You know, and you're sniffing around. You know, it's a dead body of some
Yeah,
sort.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know that smell. Like,
Yeah.
it's like none other. You're like, all right, something's under this bed. You move out of the bed out of the way, and
how decayed was it?
it was several days in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So it
how
was
are you
ripe.
sleeping in this bed?
Did it bother her?
God.
Did she notice it, or was
No.
it like you guys walking by going, Jesus?
She went through this completely just pig phase. I mean, just
That surprises me.
yeah,
Knowing Weed, she's just so meek and quiet. Like,
yeah. It was disturbing, dude.
yeah. Well, this last mom says she was posting to other mothers like, what's a penis beaker?
Penis
she
beaker.
finds this.
No.
Yeah.
What is a penis beaker?
Actually, I don't know either.
Is that the pump we were talking about
It's
yesterday?
a post-sex cleanup tool that this kid was using. So yeah,
sex clean. He knows not what you speak of.
Yeah.
true. She says
I don't
he's
know.
got-
I'd call it a Kleenex or something.
so when it turns out when mom's in her room or the bathroom and like E's situation, the bathroom's occupied, so he can't go in there. This kid would finish and he had a box of Kleenex, a small bin, and a beaker of clean water for temporary cleaning and dunking while the bathroom is occupied.
God.
At least you try to clean up.
Yeah, for a dude who's willing to leave a beaker of water that he just dipped his dick in, he's really concerned about being clean. You know what I mean? That's kind of a strange thing that he would leave that in his room, but yet he'd be so concerned about cleaning his dick off after
Yeah.
sex.
I can honestly say I don't ever remember having like weird shit like that in my room. Certainly not a dick cleaner
Yeah.
or
I remember my cousin spending the night one night and he smeared boogers all over the wall. And my mom, he slept in, I think it was
What?
like my bed, and I slept in my brother's bed. We had twin beds right next to each
Yeah.
other. And so I got blamed for years. Oh, smearing boogers all over the wall. No, like, dude.
do
To
I
this
know this
day-
cousin?
Yeah, Bry guy.
Bry guy.
I
Okay.
remember going, dude, what are you doing, man? I don't know. I just...
To this day, Jay, are you still haunted by these?
Oh, they would still totally. Think
Why
it was
weren't
me.
they taken care of, or were they cleaned up relatively quick, or do they just stay there?
No, they got cleaned up after my mom discovered them and made me wipe them off the wall.
You
And
had
by,
to wipe 'em
yeah,
off.
by that point they're all dried on there and
Oh,
freaking like bloody, half bloody.
Oh,
Yeah,
God damn it.
that's
Yeah.
gross. Oh, I'm never gonna look at him the same. Anyway, remember that story we did? I don't know, a couple weeks ago about the antiquities, the antiques.
the ISIS guys wrecking
Smashed.
shit.
Yeah. Turns out those were fakes.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Although some of them
This is
were on the
great news.
some of those were on the faces of buildings and shit though. Like on the faces of temples and all that.
Yeah.
I feel like, but I know what you're talking about, like the museum
Yeah, the
pieces that
guys,
were
like-
pushed over.
Yeah, and hit with
Sledgehammers.
sledgehammers. Well, the ones they filmed as they slaughtered them in Mosul in that museum last month were nothing more than worthless fakes. This, according to the director of an Iraqi museum, that's his claim. The terrorist organization released the footage showing them destroyed 3,000-year-old artworks with sledgehammers. But now the Baghdad museum director, Bob, has ridiculed ISIS propaganda exercises, claiming the genuine priceless Assyrian and Akkadian statues and sculptures are still safely in the possession of the Iraq capital, adding that those in Mosul were plaster cast replicas.
Ah,
Isn't that funny?
yes.
None of the artifacts are originals. They were copies. The originals are all here. The museum director's claims appear to back up those made by experts on the Iraqi statues. Analysts question why the statues appeared to crumble so easily. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't look like something that's that old. Others stated that they couldn't possibly be 3,000 years old, as some are clearly held together by iron poles, a considerably more modern practice. You can see iron bars inside. The originals don't have iron bars in them. I thought that was fascinating. So this exiled governor from Mosul also stated that the vast majority of the statues are fakes, but added at least 2 of those destroyed were originals. One is a winged bull. The other is the god of Razan.
Oh, I didn't like those anyway.
I wasn't a huge fan either, but
Not
man,
partial to the winged bull.
they're old as shit. The winged bull is probably one which stood at the gates of Nineveh
Nineveh, yeah.
in the 7th century BC.
That's the story of Jonah.
Yeah,
Jonah washes up at Nineveh.
Nineveh. Yeah.
Dude, 7th century BC.
BC.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? How many years?
that's
like
tragic,
thousands
man.
of years ago.
That really bothers me that these fuckers today
Yeah.
are breaking shit up that's thousands of years old. That's
Yeah.
made it for thousands of years.
Right.
Yep.
Through
It's
various, conflicts and this and that. And these motherfuckers are breaking that stuff
Yeah,
up.
these bloodthirsty asswipes. This winged bull, they say, was very important locally because it's one of the few objects that hasn't left the country or gone to Baghdad. Because this all started when we went after Saddam in 2003. That's when they moved all that shit.
Oh, okay.
So, and put replicas in and all that kind of stuff.
Huh.
Except things like that winged bull had stayed there, and it was like thought of as really highly regarded just because it had stayed there
Yeah.
and now destroyed.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? But at least most of it is fake bullshit.
that's
so
awesome.
they say, yeah, it's good news. I mean,
What was that movie with George Clooney? It was a World War II movie where the Nazis were stealing all the Jews' art. Fine art.
yeah,
Monuments Men.
Monuments
Yeah.
Men,
yeah,
yeah.
I think I borrowed that from you a while back.
yeah, good movie.
Kind of reminds me of that idea that you're trying to save this
Mhm.
art, which some would say, it's fucking art. Who cares?
Yeah,
But it's priceless shit.
Yeah.
It's irreplaceable.
they're one of a kind.
Yeah.
They're not. There's not a price tag you can put on them. And yeah, when you think of thousands of years ago, just think about that. I mean, 10 generations would be.
You can't even get your head around it.
Yeah,
And then the fact that it's being destroyed today
yeah,
by kind of the Johnny come lately terrorist group.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Johnny come lately.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what else is ridiculous?
What else, Mike?
Pregnancy.
Ah.
How
Pregnancy.
so, Mike?
Well,
That's what makes the world go round.
there's a few guys. Yeah, I don't have a problem with pregnancy as long as it's women who are pregnant. These, and you see this more and more. These fake bellies and giant titties. These packs that guys can wear so they can feel what it's like to be pregnant.
This is a real thing. People are really doing this.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have like body suits and stuff. So it's
like more
ah,
than just anecdotally to kind of do a press story. There's people actually doing this. Like,
I mean,
want to
enough
feel
that
what my
they've-
wife is feeling.
I don't know. Well, these guys are
Tell me this
writing
isn't
a book.
mainstream.
It's not totally mainstream, but it's so absurd to me, this idea. These guys, Jason Bramley, Steve Hansen, and Johnny Biggins. So they're wearing the like
The empathy belly.
the empathy belly. That's right, and it's like 33 pounds of shit.
They're
and
experiencing what their spouse is experiencing.
they wanted to add to the authenticity, so they hooked these guys up to experience labor pains with the help of a machine that electronically simulates contractions.
Nice.
You know,
Got it hooked up to their balls or something.
no, I think
Just
they
their
hook.
stomachs.
Yeah, they'd hook it up to their stomach, and they've got them all
Wow.
wired in. It's crazy. They talk about these guys. Johnny is a father to Enzo and Leo. He was filmed during the labor and could be seen groaning and writhing in pain. He compared the experience to the horror movie The Exorcist. So we've put through our electricity-induced birth simulation. This involves dousing the body in water to ensure the current penetrates to the muscular tissue, and donning a special jacket as well as arm, leg, and ass bands, and then being plugged into the mains. After the initial minor contractions, the current is increased until you're no longer in control of your body. You can fight it or surrender.
Didn't they have the option of an epidural?
That's a good point. Why
I
would
would
they
have taken that.
Right,
Most
yeah.
women do, I think, now.
Yeah.
So
I would have too.
That's a good point, Jay.
It's violent and involuntary
Thanks,
and treads on that fine line between pain and pleasure, and that's probably where the similarities end with real birth. Jason pissed himself. Poor son of a bitch. He's got Jason with a 1-year-old son said, I felt like I was being turned inside out and I'm tired and emotionally sapped of all energy. Steve with a 12-year-old son said the labor ruined the elation that he felt about the pregnancy coming to an end.
Wait, is he really? Is he really tired emotionally from it?
Apparently,
Really?
yeah. So he says they're behind a new Mother's Day book called Book of Mom. Decided to wear the suits to celebrate the women in their lives as they worked on this book project. Ugh.
Mm.
Imagine running into one of these guys at a party.
yeah,
Look at these dudes, like doing his work and shit, wearing this giant
big
suit.
fake boobs. Is he wearing a scarf too? You
Yeah.
have to dress like a lady too.
Don't you think that's something that women are just more equipped to handle? I mean, just through evolution.
Yeah, I think you're right, man.
Like
The male
I'm
body
trying-
just isn't ready. It's not. It doesn't translate. It's not apples to apples.
no, not at all.
No doubt. Be a pain in the ass.
How
And
ridiculous!
it hurts for sure. I've seen Gab go through it. I've seen her do it with an epidural, and I've seen her do it without an epidural.
Really?
And I see
Which did she like better?
Real pain.
Really?
Yes.
Even with the
have
epidural?
no doubt. No, once you get the epidural, you're sweet.
Really?
But the final one, Sweet Pie, came without an epidural.
Sweet Pie's wee.
She was decent size.
Was
but,
she?
But dude, it doesn't matter if they're wee or not. That's the real deal, man.
Yeah.
You're right about the scarf, dude.
Why did she-
It's a very feminine scarf.
Why didn't she take the epidural?
Got there too late.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it was
I told you that
happening.
story.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were booking our asses there, and
Yeah, was it just like you see in the movies, Jay? You're just hauling through red lights and
oh man, I was flying.
shit.
God, dude.
Yeah, I would have had to deliver Sweet Pie on the side of the road had we gone to the original hospital that we
Really?
were planning on. We ended up going to a different hospital
Because it just you
because
had
she was
to-
Because it was just closer.
doubled over in my front seat. I'm like, all right, you've been through this before. I know you can handle this. Tell me honestly, can you make this? We've got another 15 minutes. And she's just like, I don't know. I'm like, turn around,
Wow.
go to, what is it, St. Joe's right on Woodward and Square Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, busted up there. I was on my way to Farmington to Beaumont.
Really?
Because or not Beaumont, Botsford, because that's where her doctor was out of.
So what
And
do they
there's
do?
no
if,
fucking
when you
way I would have made it.
when you show up,
We
last
busted
second,
in there. I went to the emergency room door, and I ran in there. My wife's having a baby. Dude comes strolling out.
No.
Yeah, slowest man on the planet with a
wheelchair.
wheelchair. Gets her out, puts her in there. I go to park the car. I'm running around trying to find her. By the time I find her, she's in labor.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she'd been in labor for
Yeah.
fucking 12 hours.
Yeah.
But she was trying to be like, oh, I've done this before. We're fine. We'll wait till the morning. Wait till grandma and grandpa get here to watch the boys.
Oh,
I'm a pro.
yeah. What did you do with the boys, by the way?
We left them with grandma and grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did in fact wait for them. But by the time we got in the car, it was like, holy shit.
Oh my God. How much longer till Sweet Pie was there?
Sweet Pie was coming out while she was being taken from the triage room to a labor room.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm like, any chance at an epidural? And they're just like, yeah, right, dude.
Yeah, a little
That's
late
her
for that.
head right there. I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Oh my God. Oh, that freaks me out.
Oh, it's brutally just, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, thank God you didn't run into this guy on the way. This story is unbelievable out of New York. Police are hunting for Daryl Gilliard. He allegedly beat a pregnant woman and told her he was going to kill her baby in a housing complex, all because she didn't thank him for holding the door for her.
That is annoying, though.
I
mean, not that
agree.
I do it to get a thank you, but
You're right.
you know, when people just, especially when women just kind of push by you as if it's your duty to hold the door for
bullshit.
them.
You're right, Jay.
I totally agree. I thought I was going to be the only asshole saying that, but yeah.
So,
Great. And Jay,
so did he get in trouble for this? I mean,
yeah, he did. He took it a little far. He actually said to her, "I'm going to kick this baby out of your womb."
you know, it's
It's just
infuriating.
words. It's just words. He was mad. The incident happened around 11:30 a.m. The victim, 22-year-old Lakia Walker, told cops that while entering the building, 32-year-old Daryl Gilliard opened the door for her. When she did not thank the suspect, he threw hot coffee in her face.
I wouldn't do that.
Began to punch her in the stomach and crotch, kicking her and punching her in the crotch.
Dude,
yeah, that's a little extreme.
He also allegedly choked her. He picked her up. She's 5'2", 115 pounds.
Wait, choke
Picked her
slammer?
up by the throat and lifted her up. Was trying to kill her.
Perspective, my man.
Yeah, she's trying to dodge him. She's just swinging and clawing. He's punching her.
Where is this
stomach.
at that
New
no one else is
York.
around?
Housing complex in New York.
Oh,
I have a feeling my man was out to kill somebody that day, no matter what.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
probably
just a straw
right.
that the proverbial straw, if you will.
He picked me off the ground with his hands around my neck. He got more hits in. I finally dodged him. She was taken to the hospital after the attack with lots of bruising. Doctors told her there was a blood clot which formed near the fetus's head because of the attack.
Damn.
Both mother and child are going to be okay. She believes it's possible that this was a premeditated attack, that she suspects a dispute with a coworker may have led to it, but she didn't give details. He's also wanted for another assault earlier that day on someone else. So,
boy.
yeah, you're probably right that he
off
was
the deep end.
He was just looking for it.
You know, that is annoying though, ladies. If a guy holds the door, just, say a quick thank you.
Yeah.
He's got that point of contact. You never know who just came in before. It could be E that, put a sloppy old hand on that thing. He's risking his hand on that door for you. Give a thank
Dude,
you.
more than
Just a
that,
quick
it's
thanks.
just bullshit. But if you're sitting there, you're doing something for someone, and it should not just be assumed. Like you said, I do it.
We're not doing it for the thanks, but we're doing it. Just give some acknowledgement.
I appreciate
realize
a
you're
little
doing
eye
this.
contact too.
Why not?
Why not?
I don't think it's too much to ask for to actually.
I don't care about that.
Pause in the door and just thank you as you're walking by. I'm not saying you got to stop, but just really acknowledge. I noticed this more, by the way, with women.
Totally.
I don't know why that is.
They think that it's we're just supposed to
It's an
open
entitled,
the door. Right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a dude walk by without saying something like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually just kind of like you just said.
But you're right. Chicks will just
sons of bitches.
Because we're just supposed to do it
and
because
probably
we're guys.
half of them.
I swear to God, the first thought in my head is, I'm going to trip this bitch when she goes. I swear, I wouldn't do that to a pregnant woman, but I know that feeling. Are you shitting me?
Right.
I've thought about saying before, "You're welcome," or something.
Yeah.
Something kind of like
Similar to not getting the wave. in
exactly.
traffic.
Yeah.
Which I'm not doing it for the wave. I'm not letting you in for the wave, but just give them a wave, little acknowledgement. Like, hey, I know you sat there for a second, waited for me.
Yeah.
We're getting along. This is good.
We're a productive society. Yeah, it's infuriating. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's gets angry at that, because I thought it was.
I will say it
seems petty, but it seems like it's a necessary thing for a society, right?
It's so prevalent that I wonder if women are taught not to do this. It's very prevalent.
Mhm.
I'd
Beth,
say
can you say thank
50-50.
you?
Oh, I always say.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say 50-50?
Yeah,
Maybe a little less.
40,
than that.
60 maybe,
Yeah.
but it's
But Jay,
enough that we've both noticed it,
Yeah.
or all three of us have noticed it.
I have the one that I will say that's kind of weird for me is when you have those double doors and you kind of open the door. Do you only have to open the first door?
Yeah, you don't have to open them both.
You know what I mean? Like,
How are you going to open them both?
I don't
dude?
know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to do it.
It is a weird feeling when you both walk up and kind of meet at the door at the same time.
Right.
It's like you trying to hold it and they're opening it.
And then I always feel weird when it's another. Like I always say thank you, but then on the same hand, I'm always like a guy opening the door for me. I'm like, I don't know. I can open the door. I don't know. Like you did.
You love it when a guy opens
you
the door
did it
for
the
you.
other day when we were going to the restaurant. Remember,
Yeah.
you opened it for everybody else, and then I kind of just sat because I didn't assume that you would necessarily.
Well, we had Gab and Beth there. I mean,
I know,
it just
but-
feels like you're there behind them, so I'm not going to slam at your
I
face.
know, but
I didn't open it for you, though.
I know, but that's like part of me, like when it gets to
I
that
did
point.
notice that Jay walked in first,
Yeah.
though. He doesn't let Gab and
Oh,
Beth go
Jay!
first. It's just like,
Wow.
Yeah, doors open.
Yeah.
Time to go in.
Time to
Chivalry's
go in.
dead in Jay's house. The king will not show any chivalry.
No, I hate that shit when you're all standing around trying to do the polite thing. Fuck
Yeah.
that. We all know each other. I'm walking in.
I agree.
Let's
Fuck
get
it.
to the little desk and tell them we're here so we can get a seat.
But yeah, I think you did say thank you though.
Probably.
If not, Gab did. Gab's got you covered.
I think
She
I made
said
an
it.
awkward remark that you were opening the door for me.
Yeah, you did. You did. Do you do that to other people too?
Yes.
Yeah. Why doesn't that surprise me?
Because I don't know.
Speaking of pregnant people, this piece of work.
Pregnant stories.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even realize
A
it.
lot of
But
people getting
this,
knocked up.
this prize, 6 months pregnant, looking good, right?
Yeah, she is.
Kinda hot.
Let me see.
She looks strung out
Yeah.
for sure.
She I feel like you can tell though she could be good looking. You're right. She looks strung out, but
She really, you see potential there?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5 years prior.
Kind of like Eric's Aunt Lemon's friend.
no, she does not.
Oh,
Let me see again.
She might have a point.
No, she does.
A little bit.
Maybe a little bit. No, I think she's got the I don't know.
That's
she's
why
got
you find potential in her. She reminds you of someone.
certain
You have a type?
wisdom to
You
her.
have a type?
who by the way seems to have dropped communication with me.
Why?
Oh, is that right?
I don't know what's going on there. Well, I kind of did it myself. After that interview, I didn't really get back to her for a few days.
Right after that, she started following us both on Twitter and shit.
I know.
Friended me on Facebook and
I
all
know.
that.
Did you
And
accept said friendship
I
offer?
accept everybody.
Yeah.
I'm that
I
kind
know.
of guy.
You know what it is? I was kind of, I don't know. I didn't respond right away. She texted me that day, the next day, and then I didn't respond. And then just a week went by.
So what would
this can't end like this, man.
know.
Can you
There
text
was
her right
something
now?
there, a
This is
spark.
Bad publicity.
She hasn't
Yeah.
got back to me. I've tried.
What?
I tried this
Can
Saturday.
we call her?
No, we're not doing that.
Why? Come on, let's
No,
call her.
No.
Just
no.
a brief
God damn
call,
it, no,
just to say
no,
hello.
No.
Just to check
No,
in.
No.
Why?
Not doing it.
Why? We're not going to ruin it
I wish I
for
would
you.
have said anything now. Fuck
Dude,
me.
we'll
but-
get you back in the mix.
Let's
is what
call
we'll
her.
do. Let's
No,
call her.
no,
E.
no,
E.
no,
Hand it over, you
No,
son of a
I won't
bitch.
do
Hand it, all right, your mom or her?
no.
Your
neither.
choice.
Not happening.
Or Nana.
No,
One of the three is
Oh,
getting
Nana.
called.
I want Nana.
I want Nana too.
no.
Hi, Nana. Hi, Nana. How are you?
She doesn't know what's fucking going on.
I know.
She won't
Hence
even-
the
Sitting on the dining room couch watching her
just
stories.
wailing in the background.
Greasy hair.
Oh, Nana,
That's
looks
it.
like it's Simpsons time.
Hasn't been to the Holiday Inn in weeks.
I did actually today when I was eating my dinner before I came over. Something was on the TV and I just walked up and turned on Seinfeld.
You son of a bitch. Be nice to Nana.
She doesn't even know what's on.
Dude.
I always ask, but she doesn't
I'm
really
telling you,
know.
it could be like the Metallica video. You're trapped inside there.
They
Yeah.
know. They know. I know
See?
from
This is a-
experience. They know.
A healthcare
I've
professional.
had paraplegic people that are like, don't talk, and they're trached, and they have no clue what's going on, really. But I walked in the other day, and I was like, do you remember me from last week? And this poor little guy looked at me and went,
Just a little slow.
Beth,
nod,
I
little
asked-
tiny
his
bit.
eyes lit up. His eyes got a little smile. He remembered
His
me.
eyes got a little smile.
Yes. They
I-
know.
Beth, I ask
She's
her
gonna
every
come back
time.
to bite you in the ass after she dies.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I ask her.
Nana as a ghost. Nana in ghost form. Holy shit.
Although,
Big
awesome.
fucking walker just wielding this thing like a
although I will
battle
say, actually,
axe.
the, actually,
Ball's still on there.
I kind of do believe in ghosts in some capacity. And one of my biggest fears is that she's gonna die in that house. 'Cause then I'll
Oh
have to-
yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
Well, you got to catch her before she smells, though.
Yeah.
I just
You
want
know, it's a pretty
is
big
that
carcass.
is that
as we talked
something
about.
that could be a carcass for a day? Could it go 24 hours before anybody noticed?
No.
Is there a way to do kind of a sweeperoo with that, or
You're not Jewish.
Just kind
are
of wheel
you?
her out the front
You're not
door?
gonna have the whole shiv or whatever. they
No,
call it.
no.
do you live on a hill?
4 hours.
No, there's no.
We could have a wheelchair at the ready.
No, there's no way.
No?
What is going on outside?
Monsters on the
Could
street.
you
Oh.
could let
Some
the
ghosts
peasants take
outside.
care of whatever the hill takes care of.
No, there's
He's got
no,
a good
There's
point.
no.
I mean, it could turn into fertilizer in no time.
There's no
Really,
way.
yeah.
Shut the Jesus,
What?
you assholes.
E.
You know, if you want to
I
talk
mean,
about me,
it's-
that's one thing, dude. You're talking about my fucking dead grandpa being fertilizer.
No, not your grandpa, your
no,
grandma,
we're not
Nana.
monsters. We're talking about Nana.
Yeah,
grandma.
Jesus,
sorry.
you're
son
now
of a
living
bitch.
Nana. Jeez.
Yeah,
And that's
we're
even
not talking
worse.
about when she's living, you idiot.
Fuck.
We're talking about when she's
I know.
deceased.
Well, anyway, point is though, there's
Mere
no,
vessel.
there's no, no, there's no way we could visit for day. And you know what? But I ask her every time, and she says yes. So what am I? You know, whether I know, she doesn't even know what's on the TV.
Maybe that's the only word she can verbalize.
But
Now.
I do-
She's screaming no inside her head. I'm
Yeah.
so sick of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I
Four,
always
four,
It's called
four.
aphasia. They
I-
might be thinking, yes, Eric, I'm watching this TV show. But
She was
all
wa-
she can
was my
muster
grandma
say
watching
is, "Go."
TMZ really? 'Cause
No,
that's what
she's
was
watching
on
her
before.
stories.
TMZ was on before I turned to Seinfeld.
Probably someone from her stories did something, you know, and
Yeah.
she wants to hear the thing about it on TMZ.
Too polite to say, yes, I'm watching this.
Yeah, maybe so, but I do
Rude
ask her
asshole.
every time.
You do.
I always say, "Hey, do you mind
Except
if
for
I turn-"
yesterday when you walked up.
Mhm.
And just change
God,
the channel.
E, come on, man. It's your grandma, dude.
It's Nana.
Respect.
Anyway, I don't know how we got to Nana from this this pregnant idiot here, but from Pennsylvania. But she's facing 5 years in jail.
I know how we got to her. We were going to call his girlfriend
Oh, that's right.
or Nana.
Maybe
And we
we'll
opted for Nana.
No,
That's right. Maybe after the break we'll do that.
no, we won't.
We can. We can work him
Sorry, I
over. Jay,
interrupted again.
you can work him over.
We got this.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Have faith in us. We'll call her. Not saying we'll get her, but we'll call her.
Yeah.
They say she was allegedly hiding 89 packets of heroin inside a body cavity. In other words,
Uh-oh.
vagine.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. They Marina McCarthy, 22 years old, was secretly filmed reaching into her pants as she sat in the back of a police SUV. She was stopped while traveling with her 27-year-old boyfriend, Dakota Dunning, because the car he was driving had a temporary registration plate that was not visible. So,
I guess we're getting to that point now where Dakotas are 27 years old. Huh?
dude, isn't that crazy?
They used to all be 8 and 9 year olds in my mind.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, getting there.
They grow up. Dakota
Ugh.
is 27. Officers then found the vehicle was unregistered and uninsured, and that Dunning and McCarthy both had warrants out for their arrests related to previous incidents. This kid's going to have a great head start in life, right?
Right.
Captain Miller said troopers got increasingly suspicious that there were drugs on the scene as they spotted fresh needle track marks on Dunning. Canine dog also detected an illegal substance. So they took her in for questioning. It was when a detective then searched the closed circuit television that they saw her earlier in the day stuffing packages down her pants. She was handcuffed in the front because she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So they see her stuffing these things. She's just vagining
Her
them.
vagine.
Yep, vagining
Is
them.
that possible, Beth? You just start
How much
stuffing
can go
stuff-
in there?
Technically, it is. I mean,
Sitting there with
think about
handcuffs
it.
on, actually
You
getting
put
stuff up.
lots of stuff
How
on
much can go in there?
tampons. And,
Oh, God damn it. Gross. No, but like,
The feminine
But
products.
I mean,
Cell
if it's
phone
full,
could-
if she's pregnant, I can imagine that the uterus is full of the baby. So that's
Oh.
pretty nasty. But
Yeah, you're
I
putting
mean,
89
technically
packets
it's
of
like
heroin
soft tissue, so it
inches
expands.
from your baby's head.
Yeah, nice woman. So since she was handcuffed in the front because she was pregnant, she was also able to access the zipper on her pants. Female officer was sent to guard McCarthy while she retrieved the bags of heroin from her body.
God, this is all so hot.
I know, isn't it kind of
Yeah.
hot? So some lady had to go in there, unzip, pull her pants down, and then fish inside her vagine and pulled 89 bags of heroin out. They say they were tightly packaged, so it wasn't like it was
Still,
you know,
it's got to be a decent, I don't know.
yeah. Ugh.
Not a heroin user, but I got to believe 89 bags of anything.
Yeah. I don't care if 89 empty bags
Yeah.
would be 89 bags. It doesn't sound enjoyable. Why don't we take a quick break and we'll work on E.
Right.
So we've got a lot of work to do. And we'll also tell you about the flight that had to turn back.
The
because of-
latest one. Yeah.
the latest one. And it's not because someone was being an asshole. So we'll get into that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
sound done.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day if you're out boozing.
Be
I wish-
careful. You know, I was out Saturday. Went to a St. Patty's bar night,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a woman fell flat ass backwards off a bar stool, hit her head. It
Yeah.
was bad, dude. Right next to me. I'm standing there talking to a group of
Bad.
people with my back toward
Serious
her,
story.
and
Okay,
just
I'm okay.
crack. It's like
Holy fuck, Jay.
God, that is so loud. and
Lady's
obnoxious.
head
And
on
here
the
comes
ground.
poos.
lady's head on the ground. I reached back. I'm like, oh my
What
gosh.
did you touch her?
Yeah, I tried to help
You
her
did?
into a chair.
Really?
It was awful, man. But
How
it was
does that
one of
even
these
happen?
middle-aged ladies out. I'm gonna go to St. Patrick.
Wearing a green t-shirt.
Yeah, kind of out of practice, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit.
Thinks she can still rock like
Yeah.
she used to.
Out
her-
with the girls,
In her
her,
whore days.
her and the girls.
Was she wearing green?
Of course,
Were they drinking green beers?
of course.
Hey, what's
Uh,
wrong with that?
Nothing when you're 21. Nothing.
Still child- if I
But
was out-
I couldn't help but think about her going home and her probably 15-year-old daughter's going, oh my God, Mom, are you okay? You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
a little too old to maybe be in that state. When is too old, Mike?
22. No, there's I don't know. I think E does a stand-up bit about this. About
Oh well, it's a new one that I'm just curious. I haven't said it on stage
there's
yet.
promise to it about the good years. And I won't give your
Right.
stuff away, but there's a window when you're
Mhm.
21 to probably 27 or 28 where you don't look out of place.
Right.
You can rage all night, throw caution to the wind, and then it just becomes
But the thing about
awkward.
this whole crowd was older like that. There weren't many 20-somethings. It was all,
This is at
30
a bar.
30 to 40. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was just an older crowd.
It's
So
not a bar that they set up tents outside.
there was a tent outside.
Okay, yeah.
But
See, that's where you get the older crowd. though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in a bar, you don't get. Whenever a tent goes up,
yeah,
that's where
that's
you're going to
true.
get a VFW. You're going to get
That's
softball
that's
leagues.
not
The
true.
older softball leagues. Yes, you are.
Dude, on Sunday when I was at Detroit, every bar there had big tents, and that was
yeah,
all
old
young.
shillelagh and shit.
yeah, for the
Are you gonna doubt the shillelagh?
no, those are sweet, but those are I don't know. I'm thinking more like on the outskirts, like where you would have been. Like if you're in the
Yeah.
Lake area, Lake Orion area,
This
And-
is an Irish themed bar, Mike.
right?
I guess,
But it doesn't
okay.
surprise me that there would be middle-aged people
Yeah.
drinking too much with a tent outside of that place.
I'll
But you
give-
go to the Shillelagh
Yeah.
on St. Patty's weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, that's going to be.
Okay, I'll give you if you're
That's
talking
the
about like
place to be.
outside of Detroit or outside of like, a party area
Yeah.
or downtown area. Yeah.
Do you want to hear what her head sounded like again?
No,
No.
Damn it. That is so loud, and Poos jumps up. and
God, the poos was about to fall asleep.
she's
Jay.
falling asleep on the couch, and then that happens.
Past her bedtime already, Jay.
Someone needs to be killed. Whoever gave you this massive mallet needs to be hit with it.
That is not even a gavel. That's a mallet.
It is. It's meant to beat one of us. One of us is going to
That
get
is a
beat with this thing.
gavel.
The smell of lacquer emanating.
Yeah, it reeks. We don't need smelling
the
salts
smell
anymore.
of fresh lacquer
Like
and wood shop
Christ.
class.
Like I know you can kill people with a lot of stuff that you like. Even this one probably, but that one, like you could definitely.
Yeah, you
pound some- Oh Jesus!
Hey, at Zot Ford, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Right now, you can lease a 2014 Focus or a 2015 Fusion or a 2015 Escape for just $123 per month. You heard right. $123 gets you a new Focus, Fusion, or Escape at Zot Ford. Maybe E can't count to 3, but at Zot Ford, the math is simple. listening to the
Oh, damn it, I
Detroitcast
forgot.
equals amazing deals for you,
Damn
your
it.
friends, and your family, you son of a bitch.
French. You were gonna have it
I
learned licked
Yeah,
today.
I was about to get to that. Check out the deals at massive inventory at zotford.com. That's SZOTT.
Forgot.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, which in French is go
I
E.
forgot to look it up.
Un, deux, trois.
Ah, un
Oh,
de
Well, of
trois.
course, this is fucking high society over there knows it.
Yeah,
Oh,
stuck up Beth. Of course she
Right.
knows. Oh, and she knows French too.
Right.
Of course she
Oh,
does.
you learned that in your study abroad?
No, I learned that when I lived in France, Eric.
Oh,
Even more. No, that's even more. That's more than our point that you're a fucking stuck.
Why? She's traveled. She's well traveled.
Exactly. Exactly. You know this.
Un, deux, trois.
I'm not
got
going
a
to
problem with an educated woman?
I'm not going to use the word. Well,
Just want to keep all women down? Is that your thing?
no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm not going to use the word that the guy said. But you know,
I see what you're doing, by the way.
Oh, the
Trying
C
to
word.
prolong this shit so that we don't call Dawn. You thought we forgot.
I've got
But
the mouse. I've got the cursor right.
Here
on
we
it.
go.
Yeah.
Let's call over to Aunt
would've-
Lemons.
Who would have thought that he would be so adamant that we don't do it, and then we promised that we would do it, and here we are doing it? That's
Hmm.
weird.
It's funny how
It's
that
weird
happens.
how that works. But
So I'm hoping that this is too late.
fingers crossed for you, E.
I
Fingers
know.
crossed.
Oh, damn it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Damn it. Don't pick up. Don't pick up.
Please pick up. Fingers crossed. Everybody, fingers crossed at once.
Don't pick
Everybody.
up. Don't pick up. Don't pick up. Don't pick up. God damn it.
Hi. Oh no, that's
I'm on the shitter.
Your call has been forwarded.
God
to
damn it!
voice message
Yes!
system
Yes!
58.
Sorry. She's in the 586.
Heck, a lot of with cell phones nowadays. Honestly, there's people that live all over that have different area codes anymore. It
Is that
doesn't really
right?
Yeah.
make- absolutely.
Well, we won't give up easily. We'll just have to try her earlier tomorrow.
Yep.
Perhaps. It's the best way to do it. It's a little late. You know, Nana's got to get her sleep.
Oh, we got the number
Seriously.
now. So
Yeah, we do. I mentioned before the break about the plane. These stories bother me. And I know they bother you too, about planes having to reroute and go back to home base, if you will.
just completely upsets your vacation
Yeah.
or travel, whatever, your business travel, whatever it is. Wow, can that fuck you up?
Yeah. And that happened with a British Airways plane, had to return to London. Supposed to go to Dubai.
Whatever.
And then
Four.
the other thing, Jay, when you say it's funny because when you say it can mess up, it really can affect so many different people because there's connector flights. There's someone
Oh,
that's
dude.
waiting for a connector
sure.
flight, and so it's not even just the people on the plane.
Yeah. Well, this one was rerouted because of someone blew up the toilet. Like literally stunk up
bomb?
the toilet so bad.
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like a Nana situation.
Someone caused such a stink in the plane's toilet that it had to return to Heathrow Airport.
My stinksing.
It won't stop stinking. Turn our plane around.
Where were they?
They were going to Dubai from London.
And where were they? Like,
They were in the air.
how far out were they?
I don't know.
He wants to know what airspace they're in. Who the E?
Well, I'm wondering why they had to go all the way back. Why couldn't there? Was there
I guess that's a relevant question.
There was a local.
It's like when I get one, it's like it's just the I guess.
Yeah, I don't think they were coming into
Yeah.
to land
Yeah.
in Dubai.
Oh, they
Turn
pull
around.
up.
Well, what if you were
They
like,
wheels touch down.
No, go back.
All the
go
way back
It
to
stinks.
London.
well,
It
what
won't
if you're
stop stinking in here.
what if you're like over the ocean? What would you do? I mean, just oh well.
I wish they would never turn it around.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit
Especially
what's
for
going on.
A smell?
Yeah,
A smell, people.
that some human did.
Didn't they do this a few months ago when a dog shit in the aisle?
Yes.
Yeah,
And it was like, can't somebody sacrifice something from their carry-on just to, I don't know, throw a towel
and
around it?
so we don't have to waste the next 20 hours.
How
Yeah.
bad could it really be? I mean, I get. Trust me, we've all smelled bathrooms that have gotten destroyed.
Yeah, we've
But-
had one here recently.
Did that-
almost two.
I did that to this. I did that today too. But anyway, not here though. But anyway, but no. But how bad could it really smell?
Bad enough.
He looks off into the distance, kind of longingly recalling his loaf that he dropped in the toilet today. Did you see that for a moment?
did.
There was
I
that
did.
moment where he just looked off.
Just dreaming about
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes when
He was
I'm
like, oh, that was. Yeah.
sometimes when I'm in mid sentence, even when I'm talking, I can space out. Like it's not just when you guys.
Oh,
are
we
talking.
know.
You harkened back to the loaf, didn't you?
Yes.
That actual log. You were picturing the log.
I wasn't.
Did you
picturing
admire it?
No, I'm not like that. I think it's disgusting. I'm not anybody who would take a picture of it or something.
The guy that ate a bowl of rabbit shit.
Yeah, there's some
It's
inconsistencies.
different.
Yeah.
What do you do? Never do.
Which we know goes to his.
Credibility.
I
Of
would
course.
no. I would. You're right. I mean, I've eaten several brands of
He's eaten
feces, but
several.
I would never take a picture or admire my own work.
Well, there was a British politician on board. Abhishek Bob tweeted, of course, people are tweeting about a shit on the plane that we had to turn back because of a smelly poo in the toilet. Ah, poo. There was a smelly poo in the toilet.
That's a different poo.
He said he was not the culprit. He didn't say that it was not
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. He said the pilot told passengers the smell was caused by the toilet. He said it was liquid fecal excrement. Yeah,
Come
those are
on.
the words he used, the pilot.
Did
He said it's not a technical fault with the plane. He was very adamant about that.
the flushing mechanism not work?
I don't know. They
What's going
apologized
on?
and they rescheduled flights for the next day.
Dude,
Oh,
honestly,
come
what the
on.
how could that
What if that
even
happens?
be?
Those things are like industrial too. When
Oh,
they go
you
to
don't wanna get-
flush it. It's like
Don't get your tie close to that.
no, you suck you right in,
Yep.
right? I don't know. I mean, imagine the poor bastard on the plane that's just
just
having a really bad day.
Oh, boy.
Because you would know. You would know. if you-
Yeah.
like you would think that other people would notice. Like, oh, I saw that clown. I saw that. I saw Big E leave that room.
I think that's one you just go into complete denial. You know, just
Take no
mentally.
ownership of it?
Nope. And you mentally just reject it. Everything about it never had. It wasn't me. God, that plane had to turn around. It's unbelievable. I was on that plane. I was on that plane that had to turn around because of the poo. Did you hear about it?
Even though you'd know
It was you that wrecked the plane bathroom so bad. But I mean, we're talking about that flusher that.
Yeah, that would take you down with it. But isn't that kind of a, in a weird way, almost a badge of honor? Once you got through the initial embarrassment
that's a
on
good
the
way of
plane,
looking at it.
you'd be like, oh yeah. Any guy that ever came to you with a shit story, you'd just be like, yeah, really? I
Turn the
defer to the
plane
plane,
back.
motherfucker. You go. Our plane had to leave the air and go back home because of me. That's how powerful I am. So I think for like a couple days you'd be horrified of it, and then you'd kind of grow to accept it eventually.
Yeah.
Like anything, you'd go into denial, like you said,
Yeah.
and you know,
that sucks though. Then you got to work out the new flight. You somehow got to check your midget again. And you're just- all kinds of details.
yeah. Have we found a midget yet? Has anyone captured one?
I've not seen any emails.
If anyone
About
captures
capturing
one, I know they're almost like leprechaun. They're
Yeah.
very hard to find.
You
But
know
if
what though?
What?
We haven't, but I did tell Jay this that next week there's a chance I might be going watching some extreme midget wrestling.
See, these are the adventurous sorts of fidgets we need.
Yeah.
So
these
this might
guys
be a
are-
good
Maybe
contract.
I'll try to. Maybe when they're out of the ring, I'll try to
Give 'em your
just
card.
Give 'em a
No,
business
just
card.
grab one.
That's a
Just
good
I don't even
point.
think it's illegal.
Yeah.
I think you can take one, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
not
gonna
like-
lasso them, Beth. I'm not gonna be there with my cowboy boots.
That's
and
not a bad idea. If you wore your pink cowboy hat in and just
I
lassoed
think you
one,
can just take them unless they've already got a collar on.
they're already claimed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think if you got one down and then just kind of hog-tied it like you would a
Yeah.
pig, like a swine, it might squeal a little bit. But if you got the hands and
Brandon
legs
with the TDC logo.
and then just
Well,
kind
the
of try,
problem is,
I don't even
well-
think anyone would stop you.
Well, the problem is, I mean, I would have to borrow them from the wrestling, this wrestling league.
Well, don't
So,
be a dick. Let him finish his wrestling. I mean,
yeah. It'd be at the end of the night for sure. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, once his match is done.
I mean, you could even tell the owner, I'm gonna take this thing when I leave, and they'd probably just be like, whatever, that's cool.
Dude, by the way, when
Make
you
sure
look
you
at the,
feed it.
when you look at the when you look at the pictures, Jay.
Little wee people. They're wee people.
when
What
you-
do they eat?
human food, man. I mean,
Alfalfa.
Are you sure?
but when you look at the picture of like the on their face
Kibble?
on the website and shit, like it's like not just
Right.
the wrestlers, but the
Right.
ref is also a wee man too.
Oh,
so like,
Yeah, you'd have to give it a fresh bowl every day with his little fidget name on there, and
well, that's the other
Fresh bowl of
problem. I mean,
water.
that's only next
Yeah,
week.
what
I'd
would you name him?
I'd have to hold them all the way until
Wee.
April 15th.
we'll name him.
Where am I going to
Wee.
put them?
Biggie and
You gonna let him
Lee.
run around this basement?
No,
You keep him at home.
we got the
parents
piss
already-
smell out of here already. We're not letting that happen
My
again.
parents have already adopted a few cats. We already have a few cats living there, and I don't want him taking on my basement.
Yeah.
I guess
Just
I can
chain
put
him
him
up
in
in
my
the
room.
yard.
Put him up in my room. I guess I don't
Just-
even go there anymore.
Did you have an old dog
Is he
house?
feral? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely be on the lookout to steal one of them. When I'm,
Just drop it off at the pound or something after.
yeah.
Be all right.
One of those big dog catcher nets.
he
But that's the kind of spirit I like. The wrestling midget, right?
might be
Yeah.
out
He's
for it.
adventurous. Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or you get one of the ones that likes to wear the Velcro suits that you throw up to the bullseye,
There's another
or
adventurous
the bowling ones that you can slide down the lane
Yep.
and slam them into bowling pins.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of fun.
They
You can have a
seem
lot
to
of
be an
fun with this.
adventurous brood by nature, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you gotta, yeah.
Oompa Loompa.
The Oompa-
Those aren't real, Beth.
what do
Think
you
about
mean?
how
It was
much
a
fun you
movie.
could have at the holidays.
They had
though.
bronze faces and green hair, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a movie. There's not
Still,
really Oompa
those were
Loompas.
still people. They
They
were still
were working-
actors.
Yeah,
I
but they
mean,
weren't working at a beer
They
distiller
rode canoes through a chocolate river.
or a chocolate
Yeah.
river. Yeah. I've seen-
Remember how fast that canoe was? Incredible.
Was it?
Oh my god. It was like high speed canoe.
Yeah, what was up with that? They like went back in time. They didn't go back in time, but
It
you're
was all
right.
psychedelic.
Yeah, all
Remember that?
psychedelic and shit.
Well,
Didn't
please
he get
let-
like psycho too? Like he was like getting all excited.
Yes.
Like there was like this.
You're
poem.
referring to the Gene Wilder version.
Yeah, the old.
I
Yeah.
did not. I really like the Johnny Depp
one.
version, but I did not like the Oompa Loompa that they used, and they just duplicated him over and over.
Oh,
they used
really?
the same actor,
and
Really?
CGI'd it.
dude.
Ah,
Did not like the Oompa Loompa design in that movie at all. But
really? I
but,
don't think
uh,
I ever saw the Johnny Depp one.
Depp's a great Wonka in my
Really?
opinion. Yes,
No kidding. Because Wilder was amazing too.
totally different.
Really?
It's classic because that's what we grew up with.
Yeah,
Gene
yeah.
Wilder. That's what you think of, Charlie
Yeah.
and the Chocolate Factory. But dude, Depp is good.
but that
Yeah, I
scene,
like that.
He's great and everything,
In that
yeah.
thing where it gets psychedelic, like he gets like weird,
Yes.
doesn't he? Like he's like this. It's like these the What is he? There's a chocolate factory. What is he going on about?
Should be a happy time.
Right, and he's like, I don't remember
You're
the
amidst
wording. so I don't-
gumdrops and lollipops, all you can eat essentially.
Right.
Well,
And it got
chocolate
really
has
serious and weird.
aphrodisiacs in it, so who knows what was going on.
Yeah, it could have affected him strangely.
I guess.
I wish I could take part.
Plus,
I
we
never
we
saw
just suffered the loss of Augustus Gloop, if you recall. So
oh,
mentally-
yeah.
Mentally, that's the place they're in. Okay,
I don't know who.
E.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He got stuck in the tube, man.
Yes,
it. He was
you're
the fat
right.
kid.
He was the first one to go.
Yeah.
What a
He didn't make it 10 minutes.
Who was
man.
the blueberry one?
that
Veruca
chick, that
Salt?
bitch.
Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew it was a band name.
Stuck up bitch.
Daddy, I want one of those squirrels. Remember that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Was
And then
that the blueberry wasn't Veruca Salt.
And you
I
know
thought
what?
that was,
Yeah, it was.
Violet Beauregard.
Violet Beauregard.
Yeah, Veruca Salt was the one.
I went to Golden Goose.
Yeah,
and
the
I
go-
went to No.
Well, that's the golden
Right.
goose in that movie, but in the Johnny Depp one, it's a squirrel. They've got
Really?
squirrels cracking
See,
nuts.
I
I
got
don't remember.
the golden goose, but not the squirrel.
You know what's for
They
one?
changed it.
Charlie makes it through on there. He still did do that.
He broke
thing.
the rule, dude.
Right,
he
did
drank the
break
bubble
rule,
thing.
which is bullshit.
Well, that's why Wonka almost booted him.
Right.
Yeah, but Charlie took good care of all four of his aging grandparents.
But that had
at
nothing to do with the
home,
tour.
Unlike
They that
Hannah,
had
who gets
nothing-
neglected and abused.
Don't bring this to me. I'm talking about. And
That's
then,
a good point, Beth.
And then, oh, it's not. And then,
It's a
and then-
great point.
and then
No
you
matter
brought that
what, they
Joe,
took care of their
Grandma
elders.
Josephine.
Yep, they had them sitting crisscross, laying
Yeah.
crisscross in the
Yeah.
bed. Remember that? Head to toe, head to toe.
My jam
what a
that I
horrible
had.
life. But then they ride in this elevator that just goes up, and it's like, whoa, and that's the end of the movie.
Is that really your problem with that movie? The elevator?
It's one of the problems.
Either way, let us know how it goes with the midget wrestling.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
would be great news if you could wrangle one of them.
Yeah.
and to go
I
on your
will
trip to
keep-
Vegas. That'd
right.
be awesome.
I'll keep you updated for sure.
Yeah. Now we mentioned a 28-year-old, kind of cute, right?
Yep. Is that a toik?
Yep,
That's a toik.
that's
Oh,
a toy.
yeah, for a toy, yeah.
Would you?
I would right now, but having said that, but
Yeah, 28-year-old sex ed teacher. Dude, that's not even fair. To have a smoking hot sex ed teacher
That's
who's
not.
28.
Yeah,
that's cheating.
bullshit, man. No, all those got to be asking so many
Just
questions.
talking about scrotums and condoms and everything. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Wow, I'd
She's
like to do
hot,
all of those
too.
things with her. Yeah, she was sentenced to 2.5 years
wait a
in
minute.
state prison after she entered guilty pleas, charges of rape and child enticing. She
What?
enticed me.
Did she?
So I don't know what she's getting the 2.5 years for. Did she kill someone too?
I don't know.
Or
There must
something.
be more to the story.
Well, wait a
Yeah,
minute. I mean,
read
she's
on.
a sex ed teacher. Wasn't she just maybe giving a live demonstration? Or-
Maybe.
I mean,
Her name is Rachel Gendron. It's not real clear about what she did wrong that got the judge all
Warranted
worked up.
this.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. But she was accused of enticing a 14-year-old student to come to her house where they engaged in sex.
Congress?
so good so
Sexual
far.
Congress?
Sexual Congress. Yeah, so far this is great news
Yeah,
out
this
of, out
sounds
of
like it's a
Worcester.
positive story.
Investigators found a number of sexually charged texts and photos of this kid's teacher in various states of undress in the boy's cell phone.
Again, sounding good to me. I don't really know
Yeah.
what
The death
problem-
knell right there, man. You
How can
electronically record it
How
all.
can these
It's crazy.
Can't resist, D. They
I
can't
can't.
resist.
dude?
He's 14. He's hot.
Oh,
She just told him about vaginas.
I
and-
know.
Come
What?
on, man.
Ugh.
Vaginas.
Vagines.
She
told-
used the term vagina. You know she did.
She probably did
Yeah.
as a professional, which clearly she is. She told the court that the relationship started when she tried to counsel the boy. She said he told her he was alone and had no one he could trust. So, yeah, I mean,
Sounds like she did a
Oh.
good job.
here's the problem.
What?
Judge Janet.
Oh wow.
She's jealous.
Yeah, this is
She
this
probably
is
just wanted it for
gender-based.
herself.
Just this is yeah. Judge Janet Walker ordered
So
Gendron-
catty. So catty.
Yeah.
Typical.
I bet Janet is jealous of how hot she looks and she's taking it out on her, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I've
hate
ever
when you
met a
see
Some
that.
trumped up charge.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met a good-looking girl that was named Janet. By the way, I mean, really?
Sorry to all you
I've got an
Janet
aunt.
Yeah,
listeners.
sorry,
What?
Good
Janet.
looking aunt named Janet.
You have a good looking aunt named Janet?
Yeah.
You love all of your family members.
My family members are
What a
awesome.
monster. How dare you love all your family members?
You're
What's the matter with you?
They can't all be great, Beth. There has to be
They
some
are
bad.
all great.
Really?
Very
You're the
much.
only person in the fucking world that has everybody in their family
I'm
members
sorry your
great?
parents suck and they don't support your career and your nana doesn't talk to you, but I, on the other hand, appreciate my family members.
She does. She loves her grandpa too.
Yeah.
She was
Love my
gonna go over and shave his nutsack or something. Was it? Or, no, his face. She was gonna shave his face. Manny Petty. That's what it was.
I swear,
She does
Yesterday
Mandy
afternoon.
Pence. You
I
did it
s-
already?
I swear, if I didn't have plans possibly to do that thing on Sunday, I was gonna show up and hang out with your grandpa on Sunday. The drunken, I
I'll call
believe the
you.
buzz
I'll
judgester that
call
was
you.
given to me.
The next time I go, I'll call you.
We'll go to Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
And we
Grandpa
learned
Looks
that-
Sonic.
I know now more about her grandpa than I think I know about my own grandma.
Hold on. Didn't he just declare he doesn't have any green T-shirts?
Yes.
What's poking out from beneath the Lakeland?
Same
It's
shirt
the
I wore
same
yesterday.
fucking
Did you need to ask that? Did you think there was a possibility he changed his shirt and had a different green shirt on?
Here's
Come
the thing,
on.
though. He had that green shirt on over a maroon long sleeve shirt yesterday. So he took that off and then throws the green shirt on as the undershirt.
Well, here's what happened. I mean, I took a shower and I didn't know what else
And
to
put the dirty shirt
Yeah,
back on.
but
Didn't know what else to grab. I don't know. Maybe some of the clean laundry out of the basket on your bed that
That's
your
all-
mama put there.
but it's all the way upstairs.
Oh, yeah. You were downstairs.
I take a shower downstairs. So-
You picture he just saunters on. Fuck it. I'll take a shower. He takes off the clothes he's wearing, gets out,
Which
puts them
stink,
back
by the
on.
way.
Last week I did that 4 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Last week I took showers and then just put the clothes back on.
Didn't you go running last week?
No, I ran today too. I
Nasty,
did run in
dirty,
different clothes. I
stinky,
didn't.
sweaty
Yeah, well,
bastard.
no, I took those clothes off.
I
It's
can
not
do
a
that
monster,
sometimes
though.
with sweatpants.
What I'll do is I'll take
Yeah.
If
my.
I'm lounging around the house, take a shower and throw the sweatpants
Yeah, you
back
change
on.
your underwear.
No, what I'll
Oh,
do-
yeah, for sure.
No, what I'll do is like if I was wearing this right now, I'll take this stuff off, put my running stuff on, run, take a shower, and then just put this stuff back on.
Do you have running underwear?
No,
So
No.
what underwear do you have?
I
been
tend to.
wearing?
Well,
You reuse your underwear, don't
I
you?
usually just don't wear anything.
Mm.
To run in?
Yeah, I just wear shorts.
Dude,
Whoa,
doesn't it
Jay, I
bang
wear
all
underwear,
around?
Yeah.
I don't have an issue. I've never, you know what? I've always had guys. They used to tell me back in high school because I did the same thing when I ran across in high school. I didn't wear anything either.
Do you
Or I
have
wear
like the
boxers.
little things inside your shorts?
I mean,
Like the
running
little
shorts.
panty things?
I
The
don't-
mesh
I mean,
panty,
it's got a-
the
I
mesh
mean,
man panty.
It's a running short.
So it's
they-
got the little panty thing in there.
probably, yeah, I guess.
Probably. You should know that.
I don't know, but I used to, but way back.
How
from
does
high-
that not chafe the tip?
Dude, way back
It's
from
not
high
just the chafing, it's the knocking of the nuts out.
Yeah, it'd be a problem.
way back in high school, they used to tell me because everybody else wore like either whiteys or whatever, and I just wore boxers and shorts. And they'd always be like, "Oh, you're you're going to get your testicles bound up one day, and it's never happened. I've never had an issue. I've ran marathons, never had an issue with it. So
And you're going to run another one in November and win that son of a bitch. Because why? Because you're a winner, dude.
here
That's right. He's
Yeah.
a winner.
Jesus, no more.
Someone break that already. So jealous judge Janet.
Judge?
Oh, damn it.
The jealous judge ordered Gendron to complete sex offender counseling, undergo mental health evaluation, complete
What?
required treatment as part of her probation. She's to have no contact with the wait.
Are you reading a
but-
sentence?
Yeah, the
Order!
victim-
The crown is spoken!
Oh, my God. Damn it.
This is so obnoxious.
Dude, I got a question.
That's
You
gonna
know-
wake up my neighbors.
You know what's funny about these? I've never thought about this before until you've read that her having counseling and yada yada. And I assume that because the boys are so traumatized, which is why they're going to jail, that they would do counseling. And if they did, how would that go? Wouldn't the kid just be like, "Yeah, I like having sex"?
Like, are you sure you like him?
Yeah,
it was,
no, it was
sweet.
awesome.
I'm actually
Amazing.
a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder. It's been taken away from me
Yeah.
wrongly.
That's what you would get,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? To
I'm
be
being deprived. What became a habit.
if you were
Essentially,
exposed,
every freaking minute of the day I was with this chick, she was getting me off, and now that's gone. She's
Yeah.
behind bars. What am I
Not
supposed to
work
do?
for
I
it again.
I can't think straight.
Yeah.
I can't sleep now.
Now I'm trying to I'm humping anything. I'm walking
Yeah.
up to my mom, humping her leg. It's a problem.
It's a
I need
huge
counseling.
I just because we never hear about that though. You never really hear the boys are so traumatized, but they never say that I assume they probably go through counseling because
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I
but
can't
what would
even
that would
think-
be like?
They couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I know.
Looking at the kid going, "You're traumatized." Like everybody's just giggle in the courtroom. I mean, it just wouldn't work. They say that she's to have no contact with the victim or unsupervised contact with anyone under the age of 16 years old, and she's got to wear a GPS. I'd still love to know what she did that warranted this kind of
Yeah, we
reaction.
must be missing a page to that story.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we can find it to the Astronom file because I'm just seeing
Just try.
a dream maker here, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden she's catching shit for something. Maybe she got a DUI
It's
that
weird.
we're unaware of. I don't know. Odd
that
story.
might, by the way,
Odd.
that might as well be the Astronom file over there.
Yeah, that's kind of where they end up.
The shelf.
Those will be there.
It's like
What
3
is the
months
fir-
worth of
what is the-
topics right there in a pile.
What is the first story? I'd love to just pull it up way up the bottom and see what it is.
You'd be surprised. It's probably not that old. Let's see.
Don't drop them all.
Okay.
Well, we did move the studio, so you're right. It can only be.
I got one. Female soccer star. I had to get naked to prove gender. You remember doing that one?
No,
no,
do
we
you?
never did that story. And I know we never did that.
We've
story.
got the teen sex slave that claimed what was it? Prince, what's his name?
Oh yeah,
Was involved with her.
yeah. I remember that. That was a while ago.
This one is at the very bottom of that giant pile right
Yeah.
there. Remember the online porn addict that shocked us all
Oh yeah,
that had like 400 hours?
Dude, that was
Yeah.
like last week.
I know.
How
That's
is
how
that
many
at the
stories we
bottom?
go through. That's at this is the last story in that
how
pile.
many trees have we killed?
Thousands.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we do a lot of.
gotta make a
printing.
show. Trees, sorry.
Cop who killed unarmed black teen in Wisconsin.
Hmm.
Remember that story from
Yep.
a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need a rating first that bad anyway.
We're providing a lot of content on a weekly basis. That pile proves it. Now we got a orthopedic surgeon, and I'm not exactly sure what he did wrong here. He's married. He's a Vegas doctor. He and his wife have been accused of holding huge drug-fueled swingers parties at their $3 million home.
Hot.
Okay.
Yeah, so far so good, right? He's orthopedic surgeon Andrew Martin. He was arrested after trying to give MDMA to an undercover cop and then offering them sex at one of his adult events. His wife Jennifer and 6 other people were also charged with drug offenses as they were spotted by the undercover cops. This guy's a Harvard grad. He's facing 10 drug charges, including trafficking. He's looking at years in prison. His parties were foiled by these undercover cops.
That'd be a fun assignment, wouldn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Go undercover to this sweet house, this sweet party,
To party.
swinger party.
And they had this undercover operation, which began when police created a covert adult website to try to lure him in. Like, yeah, we're just some adults looking for some fun. They were then invited to a Frost and Furs party at this guy's
Nice.
home. Yeah, undercover cops posing as a couple dressed up and attended the event. One of the officers told the grand jury it was like a swingers lifestyle party, which means people had intercourse with each other.
Dude, Jay, if you're like the people that aren't maybe part of the drug, like the bust, they're trying to bust him, but you're just at the party and they come all in and you're like, you know, you're going at it. That'd be a little hard.
Some guy comes in out of nowhere and grabs you by the hips and pulls you out of some
Right,
random
like,
broad.
I'm just trying
Are
to
you serious?
like give me a give me 2 more minutes here, man.
Yeah,
There's
at least
not
announce yourself.
Bust
Don't
a-
just yank me out by the hips.
right.
It's
Come,
bullshit.
like for the other people that aren't part of the drug ring, like they're just there to have casual group sex. I mean,
My 9 minutes aren't up.
no,
Inside joke.
The pair were forced to leave when the party started getting physical. That sucks. So as soon as people started to get down and into it,
Nah,
they
see,
had to leave.
See, that was my fear.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and if
it's
you were
just getting good. Time to go. The cops can't join in the orgy,
if you were the
so
cop,
they have to leave.
couldn't you maybe just kind of be like, oh, yeah, it's still
Staying in character.
right. It's still
Don't want to blow our cover.
I'm still getting some information. Not
He just did the thing where his hand goes to the side of his mouth like he's telling us a secret. If you were the cop, wouldn't you just
Getting some information.
It's such a weird characteristic. Can't believe we've never mentioned it before yesterday.
It's because he's so used to doing that. Like, look at the tits on the chick
Yeah.
next to me.
I-
He's constantly
Some of
doing
the-
that.
Yeah, and several people have pointed out. Well, Mark used to make fun of me for it, so I've been doing it for years now.
Yeah.
But several people point out that obviously when I do it, though, I don't. It's never any quieter. It's just like
Right.
Hey
Yeah.
Jay, look at those tits.
Yeah, you're right.
Got his
not
hand
any
against his
quiet.
mouth.
it's from Homer. That's of course, Simpsons, of
Ugh.
course.
So they had to leave, but before they left, someone gave them some Molly, which gave them more to go on to build a case. They said it lowers your ambitions, so that's why people take them. They want to get sexual and stuff like that. Martin subsequently invited the pair to another party at the Trump Hotel,
Nice.
January of last year. Look at that
Shit.
crib, by the way.
Let me see it.
Oh, go.
It's like quite a compound.
Doesn't it? You can have
Wow,
some
man.
fun party in there.
Yeah, that's huge.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit, man.
Looks like the Fady Manor.
Oh,
A little bit.
Isn't
Without
that
the, you don't have the
wild how the guy just by day he's this well-renowned orthopedic
Harvard
surgeon.
graduated.
Yeah.
is this his wife here?
Then by
Yeah.
night, allegedly,
It's crazy what
he's
money
got
will
this
do.
whole other life going.
I don't
Yeah, partying his ass off. He gave them a password. So he invites them to this thing at the Trump Hotel and he says, Fidelio.
Fidelio.
Fidelio. We're having Fidelio lesions.
Nice.
Welcome. Fidelio, the title of a Ludwig van Beethoven opera, also known as The Triumph of Married Love.
Mm.
Fidelio. The theme of the night was Eyes Wide Shut, like the Cruise movie.
That's right. That movie sucked.
He offered more Molly to the couple when they arrived at the door. This cop told him she needed something to loosen up. The doctor then told her, I'll get you loose once I have sex with you later.
Oh,
Good one.
No,
Good
what-
one, Doc.
Geez,
I'll
Harvard,
get you loose when I have sex with you later.
Harvard grad. He couldn't come up with a better
Yeah.
line than that.
Yeah, that's his go-to line. And then they had a Neon Kitties party in April.
Dude, nice.
Police brought another undercover female officer to join in as many as 100 people. They were all wearing body paint, had fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
This is the life,
Fuck
man.
yeah, dude.
And then this one of the dudes that was picked up in the 6 people that were arrested starts laying out lines of blow.
Nice.
This is right out of the movies.
Fuck yes. This is happening, Jay.
And then they all start doing blow and stuff. And then they left. Another undercover cover officer came in, scooped up what was left of it as evidence. They're trying to do all this while this party's raging with sex everywhere. They're trying to collect scraps of coke on the table as
God.
evidence. What a blast that would have been. Martin met the undercover police pair again at the Book and Stage Sports Bar, this 5-star hotel, invited them to another sex-fueled party in September. He said that it's basically good-looking people that have sexual intercourse with each other and that everybody is very friendly. Before guests could arrive, officers swarmed his house and arrested him. They found a bunch of weed there. They also discovered mushrooms, meth, coke, Molly. This guy was getting
Good
his
old
party
time.
on, man. Wow,
Holy
he's
hell.
like 47 or 52 years old, too.
Nice.
Either
Yeah.
47 or 52.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
There's
Hold on,
hope.
I'll tell you.
There's hope out
He's
there. Jay.
47.
Where did that come from?
Because I was thinking 47, and then I'm like, wait, no, did I see 52? And so I spit them both out there. I gave you a choice. He's either 47 or 52. You
He's
decide.
like 47 or 52.
So they find all that stuff. The doctor's wife pled guilty earlier this month, and this is white justice. I'm sorry. She pled guilty to 1 count of drug possession.
Oh, come
White
on.
collar crimes. Hey,
Come
we
on.
saw you with that joint. You're going
Misdemeanor,
down later.
yeah.
Oh, what is it, like 6 months probation or
She
something?
paid $1,000 fine.
No!
Justice served. The crown is spoken. No.
Dude, that is... God, Jay, when you... Black people, when you're looking at shit, and if you were to look at this article...
What are you, Jay? What are you Jaying me for? What are you talking about? What am I supposed to say about that?
I'm just saying.
I think it's crazy that this stuff goes on. Like, I've never been invited to anything.
No.
Like I don't know how you would like strike that up. I guess if you're searching on adult.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Adult
websites.
friend
We've
finders
talked
and all
about that before.
crap.
That's like so. I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
The whole sharing,
Yeah.
swinging thing.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
So this guy's in serious shit though, man.
Oh, he is, though?
He's suspended from practicing medicine for 2 months.
Oh!
Yeah, I mean they're dropping the hammer on these people.
Oh,
They're not.
yeah,
They're
that's gonna be
making it
rough.
very clear that they are not putting up with this
Yeah.
behavior.
What
Wow.
state
They
is
won't
this
have
in?
it.
You know what? It's hard, but you know it's fair.
California.
Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Vegas, of course, in Vegas. He was told he must follow stringent guidelines for 2 years if he wants to continue being a doctor.
Oh,
And then
hey.
he went to rehab at Betty Ford. He's, you know,
Oh, wow.
I don't teach you, mister. They found guns, shotguns, pistols in his house,
Jesus.
all this shit,
Well,
all these drugs. Fucking,
lesson learned, I'm sure.
she gets 1 count of drug possession and he gets suspended for 2 months. Ooh,
$1,000 fine.
That is incredible.
that's awesome.
Hey, as you've heard before, Zot Ford needs more pre-owned inventory, so now is the time to trade in that dumpy-ass used car you're driving and get yourself into a brand new shiny Ford. Zot Ford has one of the largest selections of new cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area with over 400 new Fords to choose from. And here's the best news. Zot Ford will pay you 15% over Kelley Blue Book for your trade-in now through the end of the month. Check out their deals and massive inventory at zotford.com.
All right, should we get to the
I was about to say,
The underboob.
underboob story?
Yes.
Yeah.
the hard-hitting news.
We're all huge fans of the underboob shot.
Hell
right?
yes.
Is it?
Including Beth in this?
Yeah, probably. Sure.
Beth, can you understand our attraction to under and side boob?
Yeah, because it leaves something to the imagination.
Exactly.
I get it, you know, it's like
Exactly.
a teaser.
It's like you guys always show off the top of the friends, but we never get to see the side or the undercarriage, and so it's something different.
Well, I think it's more what she said, dude. I honestly, I really, you're right. It's more of the fact that it's like a teaser. That's like, you know, they leave something to be desired a little
Isn't
bit.
cleavage weird? Just imagine if we just
So
had like
ridiculous.
the base of our balls hanging out of our shorts at all times.
I know.
How weird that would
so
be.
ridiculous.
If we just walked around like, wow, if you got some guy with huge balls and he's just hanging out of his shorts.
Well, it's not like they have their vagine hanging out unless you're
Yeah,
talking
but-
camel toe.
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
but no, but everyone likes boobs. So Jay.
Is that the thing? Nobody respects balls enough.
I guess I don't know.
Well, Thailand's government has warned women they face up to 5 years in prison
What?
for taking these so-called underboob selfies after the
Now-
trend they say is sweeping social media.
Now
there.
this is
Outrageous!
bullshit.
This is totally outrageous.
I'm outraged.
The practice of photographing the lower half of one's breast and then posting the images has become a popular pastime in the Asian country.
Hell yes.
Good for them.
I know.
God, why is that going on right now here?
It needs to.
Where is this being done?
Thailand.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
I
It's
know.
a picture. You don't even need to speak it.
Thailand's military government today said it would be willing to prosecute anybody posting underboob selfies online, claiming the practice is inappropriate. It's a very inappropriate.
Who's going to do that?
Thailand.
Ooh, me sorry, me no speaky Chinese.
Pictures.
And will lead to prosecutions under the country's strict computer crime laws. In 2007, they had a Computer Crimes Act that bans any material that causes damage to the country's security or causes public panic.
Who's security?
The Thailand's.
I don't feel like Chinese tonight anyway.
How does
Any
this,
obscene computer data which is accessible to the public.
how does
they
this
deem that.
cause either of those things?
Well, the problem is these chicks are taking these selfies, but they don't show their face. So they're going to have a lot of trouble prosecuting people. Just
Yeah.
for,
See, give some examples.
by the way, Thailand. If you want to, like, don't they just like look the other way if you want to fuck kids in Thailand?
Good point.
You
dude.
could just go to Thailand and bang 12-year-old boys or girls if you wanted. No problem. Yet, I see undercarriage of titties. You go to jail. Crown has spoken.
God, why are there so many?
The judge is active tonight. What are you going to do? There's a lot of trouble.
A lot of sentences and verdicts. Just the nature of our stories today.
The country, they say, is long, or the ministry has long been criticized for being overzealous in its censorship of films, music, TV, and Western culture practices in an attempt to preserve traditional values.
Fairly modest-sized bosom for the most part over in Thailand. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is something about that under titty, though, that is really impressive.
Yeah,
I mean, it really
definitely
is. I think it should be a crime to try and stop
Suppress?
this. Yeah, to suppress the under titties.
Yeah,
Do you agree, E?
I could not agree anymore. I'm in full agreements.
Seems like a bullshit law to me, especially when
You know what?
the nightlife in Thailand. I mean, E, if you want to go get your freak on, Thailand is the place to go.
I'm willing to.
And I know you don't speak Chinese, but
right.
still,
I'm willing to go and protest this if need be.
you want us to send you to Thailand?
If you know,
Let's get through the podcast awards first.
Oh,
and then we'll
yeah,
send
okay.
them. And
Well-
speaking of that, make sure you're voting for us.
there you go.
Yeah. And as we announced yesterday, it gets a little tricky.
People's Choice and comedy sections there. And it can be tricky if you're doing multiple votes. If you're doing one, you're fine. You fill it out, boom, hit submit. You'll get the email confirmation. Just hit verify, boom, and it's done.
Yeah.
If you're doing multiple, you've got to clear out that ballot and create a new ballot.
Yeah.
So if you're going back to your ballot and you're just erasing the prior email and entering a new one, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Basically, if you don't get a email from them saying
The vote didn't go through.
yeah, then the vote didn't go through. So I don't know. But yeah, I would be interested in riling up a second wee man to send on an international flight. Because even if they could make it to Vegas with E unharmed,
God, if they could go international.
whew, I mean, that'd be a game changer for us. So we'll see if we can look into that a little bit. Send E to Thailand for 24 hours.
That'd be great.
It's gonna
one
turn
night.
around and come right back.
I would do it because I
Come on, E. We got to get out of here. Our flight leaves in 10 hours.
You know what? I'm just so concerned with the cause. I'm willing to fight for this. Or side boob.
We had to take a break and pummel your ass to get Dawn's number out of you. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? You're willing to fight for this?
Well, for side boob.
Yeah. What do you like better, side boob or under boob?
Boy, that's. Oh, man.
I know that's like asking what do you like better, Manny?
You know
or
what? I'm
Russ?
going
I-
side.
It's,
I'm-
it's really an
tough.
unfair question, but
I'm going side boob.
really,
Who's my favorite child? Ugh.
yeah,
Because
it's-
side
it's
boob,
tough.
you really get
It's a
the
Hobson's choice. You know, side boob, a lot of times here's the difference with side boob. There's usually nothing holding those babies in. You're
Right,
seeing it
like, look
through
at-
some sort of dress that
Yeah, that's
is just letting them
like
free.
this. Like you're seeing-
Yes, dude. So that I
It's-
think you might have to go with side boob.
I think side boob is so hot.
I think the under boob is even hotter though.
Yeah, I don't
know. They're both
great.
spectacular.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean these are both A projects, but
certainly, as Jay says, a Hobson's choice here. I'm not going to be mad with either, but I'm going side boob if I have a choice.
really,
Would you rather have side ball or under ball?
None, neither.
Come on, man.
if you had to choose,
Neither.
if you had to choose, gun to your head,
Side or under?
Under.
For the record, I'd have neither.
I'd have neither.
Neither.
How are we looking for email?
We have some email, Mike. Let's see. Tim writes in, and I've noticed lately we have a disproportionately high number of Tim listeners.
Yeah,
You notice that?
should we ask some of them to stop listening?
I don't know. Maybe change their name something. We get these emails from Tims all the time. They're different Tims. It's bizarre.
Start renaming them. Give that one Timmy.
Timmy P. Timmy P emails in, gentlemen, and the bean-fearing ferret.
Feral ferret.
One of my job assignments when I worked for the sheriff's department was working with the mentally ill. I remember this one guy, he loved to play with his shit. He would take it out of the toilet and smear it all over, drawing and writing all over the walls.
What?
His cell had a camera in it, so we could see everything. The camera was there for observation to make sure he didn't harm himself. I was at lunch one day. My partner sent me a picture that he had taken of the monitor. I was shocked to see the guy's beard was no longer gray. After a closer look, I realized he had washed that gray right out of his hair by using his own shit. The next day I was at lunch. My partner sends me a text saying, I found the mythical unicorn. He followed that text with a photo of the insane inmate. He had taken a piece of shit out of his toilet and stuck it on his forehead, making himself look like a unicorn. I never laughed so hard.
Oh my God.
Great show, guys. And Big E, turn yourself into a unicorn.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah, unicorn would be awesome.
Did you just listen to that?
I was looking at side boob pictures.
A unicorn would be awesome.
No, I heard
let's
something
do
about
that.
shit or on the face or something. Yeah.
John writes in, and it's funny that I would read an email from John here. This is E's nemesis right after E was a fuckface. So listen closely, please. What up, genitals and the retarded dick smoke? Wanted to thank you for the sweet list of really kick-ass podcasts to listen to. By sending me to the podcast awards site, I've come across some really funny, well-produced, and informative shit to listen to during my morning commute. And best of all, the ones that I've listened to anyway don't have a loud, retarded, squawking piss drinker that blurts into the microphone every 6 minutes, interrupting an otherwise intelligent conversation to blabber on about some incoherent shit that nobody cares or gives a fuck about. So thanks, dudes. I owe you one. John.
Which one's John?
He's the guy who wants to kill E.
Kill E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you look at me for. Talk to
It's
Mike
your
about
fault.
it. Talk to Mike about it.
Yeah.
You brought me in.
I know. That's true.
You're the one that generates such vitriol.
Yeah.
Hey, they say, you know, he can say that, but he still took time to write an email in. It's all about passion.
Win-win free, right?
It's all about a passion for the show, right?
Different John writes in. I was watching the Detroit Cast number 302 live on YouTube when you guys decided to take a break. The Zott Ford commercial started, and then Big E stands up, spreads his leg, and starts picking his ass. He sits back down like nothing happened and starts looking at his phone. I just thought it was funny, so I wanted to point it out. I listen to the show every day at work. Keep up the good work, John.
He does that without even thinking about it. I swear to God, he's constantly picking at something or pulling on something.
Yeah,
he's a weird guy. What are you gonna do? He's weird.
Let's see if I can pull this up.
Did he have a screenshot or
something?
Oh no!
God!
Is it incriminating evidence, counselor?
Even for me, I'm kind of.
It's incriminating indeed.
Oh no!
That son of a bitch, reaching back there. Look at how he's got his top teeth over his bottom lip. Like,
What am I doing?
Picture that, dude. Top teeth over bottom lip. You're really putting some effort in there.
Digging in there.
God, dude.
What the hell am I doing, by the way?
We're looking at my computer. I don't know. We're fucking around on my computer. Look at the teeth, though. That's the thing. It's concentrating.
Hilarious.
Oh, geez, sorry.
All
right.
see, Beth, you just see E picking his
Look at his
ass?
Look at him pick at his ass with.
That's a good look.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot.
Left-handed ass pick.
He's digging in.
E, you're ambidextrous.
I am.
Concentrating.
What are we gonna do again? That guy, God, you know this is bullshit. Having to be on the cameras like this. It's not my fault. It's an audio show.
Middich writes in, hey fellas, a couple of weeks ago you talked about various fruit trees in Michigan and having Jay's boys out shoveling the driveway. Remember that?
Yep.
That talk brought up a crappy job I had once when I was a kid. I grew up with cherry tree and pear tree in my backyard. In the summer, the pear tree would produce hundreds of pears. My dad made my brothers and I go out and pick up all the pears so that the grass could get cut. The only problem was when we waited till the weekend to get it done, these pears would be soft, mushy, covered in ants and full of bees. Oh, totally know that. We had an apple tree, same deal.
Yeah.
Just bees everywhere. It sucked. I was disgusted, as was my brother. He hated it. Do you think my dad had any sympathy for us?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
So my brother and I would try to scoop them up as fast as we could and chuck them over the fence into the city park that we lived right by. I would never let my sweet pie do anything that gross. To this day, I can't eat overripe fruit. Here's Jay's $1 million normcore idea, says Middich. Have t-shirts printed up that already have the duct tape printed over a logo.
That's hilarious.
I only thought of
would be
this
kinda
because
funny.
of the story you did a while back about someone having a gun printed on their shirt. Remember that?
Yeah.
Assholes are walking around with a holster, a gun, shoulder holster.
Warning, maybe taken as a real gun.
Yeah. It looks incredibly real.
Keep up the great work. You guys are rolling. Love the shows. Good day, gentlemen. I say good day.
Good day, sir.
That's fine. Good day.
God, that was not a judgment.
Okay.
Hi, Poos.
Matt writes in, gentlemen, you touched on the DC Sniper Friday. It was the summer of 2002. I moved to Potomac, Maryland, which is betwixt DC and Virginia. Remember we were talking about the sniper?
Totally.
I had just graduated from the MSU turf program, all right, and I had a job at Congressional Country Club and had joined the club's employee softball team where we played our games was within a few miles of the first shootings. The league and many outdoor activities that year were canceled because of those assholes.
Yep.
It's pretty scary. I remember everyone was always heads up when they saw white box trucks roaming around. Police had areas set up to search cars, and if memory serves, they had stopped those guys, the actual shooters, at least once. The other thing that irritated me to no end was the media coverage of the shootings. The shooters had to be watching the news because I shit you not, the commentators in the media would say, well, at least no school children have been shot at. The very next day, shooting at a bus stop.
Really?
Well, at least no one has been shot in the head. Very next day, someone shot in the head, I believe, pumping gas near a Home Depot. I remember that one.
Totally remember that one.
It was ridiculous. Keep killing it, fellas. And as evidenced by your nominations in the podcast awards, we are going to make sure y'all going to get paid. You guys are too young at blood and have been making lemons out of lemonade for too long. Man. Where does he come up with that phrasey?
From a genius. A comedic genius, one might say.
Yeah, one who can't talk into a fucking mic.
Well,
he
you
leans
know,
back in his chair. A comedic genius.
You know what?
Not a podcast, but I don't talk into a fucking mic.
Anyone can talk into the mic. It's very, very
normcore not to.
Yeah, you're being more normcore, really?
Elise writes in, Elise, gentlemen in E, I'm listening to your discussion on bringing back.
I'm a person.
You're not a gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Is her point.
Yeah.
I'm listening to your discussion on bringing back the firing squad to replace lethal injection. The conversation turned to blindfold or no blindfold, and there was some confusion, I think, on E's part, as to who would be wearing the blindfold.
No, there was
criminal
not.
or executioner.
Yes, there was not
fucking
any.
E.
No.
Yes, there
You
was.
guys just jumped on what I said. I knew, of course, I knew it was a shooter.
course.
Shooter, yeah, the shooter, yeah.
And I said that if I was getting shot, I wouldn't want a blindfold. Is what I said.
Okay.
You guys, I literally said it, and you guys just.
The
"Oh, what do
great
you
thing
mean?
is
What do you
the
mean?"
conversation was recorded in digital audio.
You're right. I'd love to listen back to it. It's really funny when sometimes I say something and then one of you two decides whatever I said, and
then
then
it
you
gets
just jump on
attributed
each
to
other's
you.
little butt brother frat.
Whoa, E.
Oh, we've known each other since high school, so we'll just jump on E.
While listening, says Elise, I got a mental image of Pin the Tail on the Donkey game. The shooter is blindfolded, spun around, pointed in the right direction, takes a shot. You got leg. Try a little higher. That was the shoulder, 2 inches to the right. The death penalty can now be called pin the bullet on the convict.
I like it.
It is a pretty sweet idea.
That'd be fun, dude.
To be clear,
you just see this dude saying, fuck, God damn it.
This guy sucks.
And you have,
His name sucks.
You have one blindfolded guy. Okay, yeah, just
a little to the left.
Right there. Shoot.
I think,
just
got his arm.
if you did it that style where you were going to do blindfolded and like pin the bullet on the convict, they should pin
the bow on the convict. I like that game. That's good. That's got legs.
No, but if they do that, like how she suggests in this email, I think then you get 3 chances to kill him. And if you don't, he skates.
He gets to run.
Right. He skates.
We give him a mile head start.
Right. If you
And
know,
then the hunt is on.
like because if he got like a
and send out the poos.
like he gets a choice. He could be, you know.
That's not a bad idea.
Sure. Elise says, keep up the great job, guys. You always make me laugh at the end of a long day. Elise.
Thank you, Elise.
And you know what, Elise? I knew who was going to be blindfolded. And what I meant.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And what I meant was if I was being shot, I don't want to I would rather have it. I want to see the end of my life.
You do?
I don't want to be this and going, when's it coming?
Got a Charles E. Cheese email.
Okay.
Recall that discussion a few days back.
Yep.
Hey, Fukfases. Love the Charles E. Cheese story. He's got a great one. As Jay will attest to, when you have little life burdens, you can't avoid getting dragged into the occasional kid party, but Charles E. Cheese is the worst, says John. We had to take the Burdens to Charles E. Cheese in Ann Arbor for a birthday party with cousins or some bullshit. As we pulled into the crappy strip mall, I noticed there was a used guitar store several doors down, a perfect out for at least a few minutes apiece. So the wife takes the Burdens to the Charles E. Cheese, and I go to the music store for an hour or so and then walk back down to Charles E. Cheese to meet up at the stupid party for just long enough that everybody would notice that I was there.
Yeah.
Within minutes, we had all had enough and decided to split. After changing in all the kids' tickets for a spider ring and a pencil topper, we headed toward the exit. I'm carrying the sweet pie, and my wife is ahead of me with Rustina. Well, the Charles E. Cheese in Ann Arbor has a checkpoint. They all have checkpoints, and I had forgotten about this until John wrote in, where they look for matching stamps on the hands of parents and the kids as a sort of half-ass security measure to keep people like Big E from stealing children.
As if that you couldn't.
Well, listen to what he does. The wife and Rustina pass the checkpoint and are headed out the door when I realize I don't have a stamp on my hand because I got there late.
Yeah.
The pimple-faced troll at the gate proceeds to hassle me about leaving with the sweet pie as my wife is looking back at me accusingly for holding things up. She's just like, come on.
Yeah.
I explained to the troll that I'm the king and that Sweet Pie and I are departing from their insufferable shithole of an establishment. I continue my forward motion toward the door, whereupon the troll invokes the "I'm calling the manager" move.
Ooh.
I continue out the door with the manager behind me yelling about how she's going to call the police. At that point, my wife is doubled back from halfway across the parking lot and starts unleashing on the manager. Go ahead and call the police, and about how our children will not be held captive by some insolent rat. We hightailed it out of there and have never been to Charles E. fucking Cheese since. Thanks for all the great fucking podcasts, and of course, Big E, go lick a Humgoris dry stalk.
Who is this kid at the Charles E. Cheese that cares enough? Like I would make like one reference, and then I'd be like, okay, whatever.
You just let him leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm getting paid minimum wage. I'm not gonna sit here. And
You don't give a shit. I can't blame you for that.
That child could literally be abducted at that point, and you're just like, huh.
But it wouldn't be E's child. He doesn't care about your child.
Pay me $15 an hour, and I'll care. I don't know.
It's a burden anyway.
Yeah.
They probably, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
John writes in as well about Charles E. Cheese. Jade, the lawyer, Beagle, Timko, and Fukfase Eric. Harkening back to episode 299, I despise going to birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese.
What?
We are going to, I think he meant Charles E. Cheese.
Yeah.
We're going to one on Saturday. God damn it. The party is from 5:30 to 7:30.
Oh, that's
ouch. That's a long time to spend with a rat, dude.
5:30 to 7:30. That's just like, that cuts the whole day kind of, man, to me.
That's tough.
I'm glad you're pointing
John.
out he's a rat. Most people think he's a mouse.
He's a friggin' rat.
He's a rat. Charles E.
Absolutely.
Cheese is a rat
The rat.
with those teeth.
The E teeth.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like he looks when he's picking his ass.
Hey.
Gets those front teeth over his bottom lip.
I used to have really buck teeth as a kid growing up.
I can't believe that. Kelly writes in, I used to figure skate 3 days a week, but had to quit when I started to go to school again. The guy who was in charge of keeping the rinks in top working order kind of liked me, even though he was much older, about 30 or so years. He also was the top security guy at the suites for JLA during Wings games. Anyway, learning to drive a Zamboni was on my bucket list.
Whatever happened with
That's
that?
what I'm getting to.
Okay.
And so I asked him if he could teach me. It was everything I hoped it could be. I cleared the ice about 3 times. It was very cool. So that reminds me, I've got a note on my desk. We're calling that dude,
Yeah.
and we're going to see if we can't drive a Zamboni.
Yeah. Everyone I hear from says it's awesome.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All 3 of us?
Yeah.
Beth,
Yes.
you in?
Yes, I've always wanted to drive a Zamboni.
Really?
Jesus, of course, Beth piggybacking onto our thing.
Hey man, all I have to do is flash a little under boob.
Oh,
That's true.
You could take that Zamboni home, man. Also, one day
Give
I'm
us
sure
all Zambonis, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I got a Zamboni. You're talking about penises or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Zamboners.
There we go.
Kelly says, one day I'm sure I'll see Jay and Geh on the Paint Creek Trail. My house backs up to it. So I like to get out there and ride my bike with no helmet,
Nice.
of course.
Nice.
I'll be watching for you, Kelly. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one because it seems almost everyone has their helmets on out there.
Yep.
Which, again, I get it, man. If you're like on a real trail or something, of course, wear a helmet. But you're on this like flat trail that's about 13 miles long, and it is flat.
Yeah.
And you
don't wear one?
You're not going to crash.
Are you supposed to wear one? Like, is it a law?
No.
No.
Do kids have to wear one?
No. But you're
real quick, Jay.
It's frowned upon if
Yeah.
your child doesn't have it.
When she says that he gave her a lesson, like, of course he did.
Yeah.
She could have fucking asked whatever he wanted. Like,
Well, we're getting one, man. As long as the offer's still open. That was a while ago, but I'll check
Shit.
back.
Yeah.
I'll check back.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The Zamboni?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. I thought that was like,
I thought it was a done deal, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think what happened is probably something came up. I don't know.
No, I was supposed to follow up with him. This is one
okay,
where I just
okay.
didn't nail it down.
For some reason, I was thinking E was followed up
No,
with
it was
had a
me.
date. So okay, well we'll get it.
Yeah,
We'll do it. I'm sure that still stands.
save the rest for tomorrow.
Sounds good. Well, let's call it a day there on a Tuesday.
Thank you, Beth, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I tried.
welcome.
You had so much of the show today.
Fuck you, Eric.
Such an asshole.
Into the fucking mic. Honest to God. He's sitting here in this chair's just tilted back. His hands are above his head. He's just tilted back like he's
Not a care in the world.
No. Fucking asshole.
Ready to go home and watch some cartoons, Jay.
Make sure and vote at the podcast awards if you could, and make sure to share the post too, and like the Facebook post. All those things that we keep asking you to do, they're really important. So with that, we'll leave you for a Tuesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for an only Wednesday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.